Wake your motherfucking ass up. Top of the mountain. You got a video you want me to react to? Join the Ace Pit Discord right now. Scan the QR code on the screen, hit the entertainment tab, click reactions, and drop it in. Super easy. Submit today. Super easy. God damn. What? Come on, man. We up in here, man. Top of the morning. We on the great side this morning, man. Great side. Y'all about to get this work. Nigga, early morning. I got about 3 hours for y'all, man. So we gonna do 3 hours on this thing. You feel me? We chilling. And I'm gonna double back. I'm gonna try to double back for the law and crime later since I didn't do last night. But you feel me? I said, since I didn't do last night, I'm gonna come and do my hot topics. It's the morning time. I didn't want to hit y'all with no law and crime all early in the morning, waking up, the niggas getting murdered and slaughtered and all that. So we gonna see what's going on in the world, man. There's a lot of hot things going on. You know, I don't be too all over the place with shit. It's just shit that catches my eye when I wake up in the morning on YouTube. You feel me? That I want to watch. So I do it right here with y'all. The Taser Gang. Why are you great? Why are you great? Shout out to the gray side. Shout out to the green side. I see y'all in here repping, man. I see y'all in here holding it down. You feel me? We in here going crazy. You know, we got a slew of members on this motherfucker right now. Holding it down. Hey, green side, show your emojis. Represent right now. Taser's in the motherfucking chat. Taser in the chat. Yeah, Grays, y'all ain't got the tasers. Y'all gotta use the lightning bolts, man. It's all good. Represent with the lightning bolts, man. Represent with the lightning bolts. He said, why not? Nah, man, we're gonna do it up. This is like a little makeup. It's like a little icing on the top. You know what I'm saying? Because I'm gonna double back and go, I'm gonna do law and crimes tonight, but then I wanna hit y'all off, you know, because I know some people was DMing me. You're not going live. It was my daughter's birthday yesterday. So, you know what I mean? Happy birthday, Rose, Ace Girl Rose Taylor. You feel me? It was her birthday yesterday, man. So we had to do it up. She's the big 8. Make some noise. Rose is in the chat. Rose is in the chat for my baby girl. You feel me? The big 8. So we had to do it up. You feel me? Let her go to the mall and surprised her with a shopping spree. It was dope, man. I should have documented that shit. The look on her face is priceless, man. That shit make all this shit worth it. You know what I'm saying? Taking her to the mall. She's like, why are we here? And I'm like, oh, here, you get a shopping spree. Took her to her favorite store. She went in there grabbing up all kind of shit. It was tight. It was tight, man. She had a great fucking time. So I appreciate y'all, man. I got a lot of love in the Discord last night, too, when I went to the Gold Room, the members chat, and let y'all know that I wasn't streaming last night. So, you feel me? Shout out to all the birthday shout-outs y'all put in there. I definitely appreciate y'all. You feel me? So, yeah, it's all good, man. So now, it's top of the morning. We got some reactions we're going to knock out. I'm going to do about 3 hours with y'all, then I got to go film Shame on You. Shout out Big Bad FMW. Big Bad FMW. So we're going to knock these reactions out. Let's see, man. So I ran across, this is just shit I ran across that caught my eye. I said, oh, I want to see what it's about. Georgia rapper rearrested after siding with the man who robbed his CEO. So Foogiano is back in jail. I saw that headline on Instagram. I don't know why he's back in jail. I don't know what he did. So we're going to watch this video and find out. You know what I mean? Everybody was, some people were anticipating his release to see what he would do, you know what I mean, with the Pooh Shiesty situation going on. Would he side with Pooh Shiesty? Would he side with Gucci Mane? Would he still stay down? Would he say fuck him? You know what I mean? He was only out, it feel like, what, 2 weeks? Arrested 2 weeks later, yeah. He was only out 2 weeks. He wasn't out for a long time, so I don't know why he back. Maybe he just got arrested on some simple shit. Maybe he got arrested on some serious shit. I don't know. We're going to find out. The Takeoff case just took a strange turn. The Takeoff case been going on, well, I don't even think they started. The shit happened, what, 2 years ago? About 2 years ago, I think. 3 years ago? Whatever the case. I guess they just started the trial. We're going to see what's going on. Bombshell court decision rocks the David murder case. You know what I'm saying? I ain't gonna lie. I haven't watched no David shit since the last time we went live and watched it together. So I will say I'm out the loop for about a week. So if something new transpired, we're gonna find out. And then I saw this, a coat. Y'all know I like doing deep dives and shit. See, on the member side, we be watching all kind of shit. You feel me? But I like doing deep dives. They say it's a cult that's hiding on YouTube today. So I want to see what that code is and what they got going on YouTube. Because I feel like we have a cult, and it's called the Taser Gang. Green side, to be exact. Green side, you're not part of the cult, but you are Taser Gang. But the code is green. The code is green. You feel me? And then if I got time, I want to watch this LA Try Guy. I was meaning to watch this on Members Only. I didn't have time the last time I went live, which was like 2 days ago. And I'm going to see if I could do it today. If not, I'm going to do it on Members tomorrow or something. But I definitely want to watch this Members Try. It's 40 minutes, though. That's the only thing that's probably not going to be possible today. But we're going to see what it do, man. We're going to see what it do, man. You say you're Taser Gang, but you're gray. You say you're Taser Gang, but you're gray. I'm part of the cult, cuz. Nicholas said I'm part of the cult. Y'all can't leave me out. Don't leave Nicholas out, cuz. Get that nigga a membership. Hey, somebody give Nicholas a membership. Figure out how we can do that. Yeah, that nigga said I'm part of the cult, nigga. Hey, but that's what we reacted to today. Hold on. Before we get started, let me get me a little coffee real quick. Hold on. This is early morning. I gotta get my little cold coffee. My little cold coffee for the top of the AM, baby. All right. Nah, man. This stream is sponsored by Starbucks. Starbucks. Hey, man, tap in, Starbucks, man. I get this motherfucker rocking every morning, man. Give me some goddamn coffee. I get this motherfucker rocking, nigga, five days a week. Starbucks, come sponsor the Big Uno, man. I stream 5 days a week if you give me some coffee, man, because I don't drink coffee a lot. Because when I drink it, that shit make me stay up all goddamn fucking day. You know what I mean? This shit, I don't know, man. This shit too powerful. You know what I'm saying? I'm not big on drinking caffeine and sodas and all that shit and coffee. But when I do drink it, god damn it, we gonna stream. 24-hour stream coming soon. Can I do it? 24-hour stream. I'm going to be on that motherfucker like after 7 hours, I'm going to be on that motherfucker like this, cuz it's over with. 24 hours. Hey, nah. Damn, I wonder what's the longest I could stream, though, like on some watching reactions and engaging and fucking with y'all. I would have to add some elements to this shit just to keep me up and keep me engaged and all that type shit. You feel me? Hey, shout out Class Act Wise. $10 cups. Golly. Shout out Class Act Y, man. Feel me? And make sure y'all get y'all merch. Oh, we're going to be adding some shit today to the merch. Not today. If I have time today. I'm not going to be free till 5 o'clock. What's tomorrow? Thursday. Thursday. I'm going to add some shit to the, I got 2 new designs. We're going to add, you feel me? We did like the little signature Taser Gang shit, but now I'm going to start adding some little designs and shit, little dope shit. So, tomorrow, man, I'm going to add some shit to the site, man. Y'all make sure y'all check that out. The ABP Network. You feel me? Get y'all some merch. There's only a couple pieces on there right now. Adding to the shit tomorrow. And yeah, man, we're going to be adding every week. I said every week moving forward, we adding some shit. You know what I mean? So make sure y'all tap in. Make sure y'all follow ABP Reactions, man. If y'all not following ABP Reactions, make sure y'all follow ABP Reactions to stay up to date with the recaps on IG of the reactions we watched in like a 2-minute, 3-minute videos. You feel me? And then also Hot Topics, man. Make sure you stay up to date with ABP Network, man. ABP Network for all your hot topics going on right now. You feel me? They got this is a viral one right now, man. This Dr. Cheyenne Bryant, bro. They on her line.
Because people can't find your dissertation online. Mm-hmm. How are you responding to that in this new era of your life?
Very simple. I went to a school, Argosy University, completed an entire program. I went back online to get my official transcripts. School said, hey, I need my official transcripts. I need my entire thing. And there was no school. I was like, okay, I'm confused. I Google. It says this school has been shut down.
She over here capping, y'all.
Well, they got to have records. I mean, they were accredited when I attended the school.
What y'all think about this, man? She's saying she a doctor, but the school that she went to and got her doctorate no longer exists, and nobody can find it, but she's saying she a doctor. Fuck it. I'm a doctor too, nigga. Dr. PU. Motherfucker. Yeah. I got my shit from Spirit Airlines University, man. It no longer exists.
They were accredited when I finished the program. I go and look, there is a third party that has the records. Why I contact the third party? That third party only holds records for 2 years. I was past my 2 years. So that means that I
only holds records for 2 years. This is a cold one because you could get this off and it may work for some people, but a lot of people ain't going to believe it.
Had no access to records.
The conversation about your doctorate.
That's hilarious, man. All right. And then, the AP watch, man. They finally put out what the AP watch is. Everybody thought it was going to be another version of the watches that's out now, just colorful. But they come to find out it's a pocket watch, man. It's a pocket watch. Shame on you. Y'all gonna get some pocket watches, man, the AP pocket watch. And it could go on your neck. Hold on, look, check this out. Yeah. Yeah, who buying that?
Oh, hell no, man. What the fuck?
Niggas was gassed up. Hey, niggas thought they was finna get the goddamn APs in different colors, man. It's over with. That shit is, they got niggas, bro. There was niggas lined up. I saw niggas in New York lined up outside for that shit, man. Ready to get it cracking. I guess the resale, I don't know. Y'all let me know if y'all out here in the resale world, if that's your whole thing. How much is those resale watches, the AP watch, supposed to resell for? I know it's retail is $400 or something. What is the resale on those right there? How much will niggas be selling the AP Swatch watches for on the streets, man? You know what I'm saying? Fuck it. We gonna figure it out, man. Let me know if y'all want to get one, though. Because I'm gonna have them, man. I'm gonna get y'all. I got y'all. You get them shits in downtown LA, man. That shit's some bullshit. All right, look, this is what we're gonna do. Let's get to these reactions, man, because I ain't got much time. So let's get caught up with what's going on with Foogiano. Where the hell? Why is he back in jail? What the fuck happened? Oh, y'all know what I want to see too, real quick.
Nobody wins when the family feels.
I want to see this real quick. So when I do the reactions, right, I usually do it right here, right? With the lower, I usually do it in the lower right over here. But I just came up and moved it. Let me know if y'all fuck with it up here, though. Should I do that shit up here? I think I want to move it to up here, though. Y'all fuck with that? Hold on. Where should... let me see. I'm going to put up a poll real quick just so... Hold on. Let me put up a poll real quick so I can see what y'all think. All right, there we go. All right, where should I place it? Should I do it right there at the top, or should I do it down, at the bottom, like I've been having it? I think I like the top better right there, though. I think I'm going to do it up there. What y'all think? Fuck it, Pops. Let's see. 69. Okay, vote. We're going to do about 20 seconds, man. I think I'm going to do it up here in the top right corner. And that's how we do it moving forward. That's how I want to do it moving forward, for sure. I feel like I'll be blocking shit. When I'm too low, I've been blocking, like, the text. That should be straight. I'm doing it right there. Top it is. Fuck it. All right, let's do it. Hold on, let me switch this up on the Rodecaster, and then we'll start it. Let me just switch this shit up real quick. All right, let me see. All right, there we go. Booyah. All right, we rocking. All right, let's get it. Let's get it. What is this shit? Georgia rapper rearrested. To sign with the man who robbed us. Oh, okay. So I guess he's talking about Pooh Shiesty. Let's get it. All right, y'all. We back with another reaction right here on ABP Reactions. And right now, 1017 artist Foogiano is back in jail after only being out for 2 weeks, man. Let's find out what happened and why.
Her birthday on the 10th of October. So you know that everybody from around the city made a big deal about the song. She commented, she wrote something on Facebook and was like, bitch, he gonna blow up all this song, I'm gonna sue his ass.
Baby mama ain't shit, no. She won't let me see my son, but you fuck with him, mama pop my gun.
You have the right to remain silent. Anything you say can and will be used against you in a court of law. You have the right. Just listen to the man, okay? Listen to the man. All right. You have the right to remain silent. Anything you say can and will be used against you in a court of law. You have the right to talk to a lawyer and have him or her present while you're being questioned. You can afford to hire a lawyer. One will be appointed to represent you before any questioning if you wish. You can decide at any time to exercise these rights and not answer any questions or make any statements. Do you understand each of these rights as I've explained to you?
Yes, sir.
Having these rights in mind, do you wish to talk to me now?
Yes, sir.
Okay. 107 Miranda read and agreed.
Is this the video right here? Oh, it's the whole video.
Right. So we found a firearm under the seat in front of you. Okay, where you would have been sitting, within arm's reach of you. Okay. Is it yours?
No. Oh my fucking. Do it. Got a thing on it.
What? Well, I guess I'm on the run again. I ain't want to do it, but I told him Cracker got a kick.
Yeah, I be easy on my mind, man. Just let me chill, let me breathe. The internet shit just be popping all that propaganda, all fake ass shit, man. I don't know what's up with a nigga.
Fam, I've been giving you guys, videos in the meantime as I do an exclusive piece. In the last couple of videos, I couldn't really get into detail because I've been time consuming with, of course, everyday life, being a dad, but also this exclusive piece of the family TV exposing a local hospital in his region. It will go viral. Been in contact with 2 of my attorneys, making sure we go about this the right way. I got a couple people I'm interviewing, but it would be like a real docu-series. Now, on top of that, I was working on another video to bring to you guys' attention of a real estate guru who was recently indicted. He's been in the headlines for years now. Within the last 24 hours, a lot of his victims has recently celebrated after finding out the feds has finally stepped in. But we're gonna put both of those to the back. Right? Now, when it comes to the real estate guru story, y'all will get that today. But I had a couple DMs this morning and last night about a Georgia rapper. Some say the last signee. Well, actually it's 2 signees, but one of the last signees to the 1017 roster rearrested. And instantly in the comments, all you hear is, Gucci Man must be the feds. Gucci Man, Gucci Man, Gucci Man. But in actuality, after looking over this, Foogiano put himself in this situation. So today we're gonna briefly disclose who he is, briefly go over how he got arrested, what he done since getting released in the halfway house, and why now it's being reported he won't get out until next year. But before we go over this one, I want you guys to remember, I don't give you no angle. I just give you the story. So with that being said, make sure you like, comment, and subscribe. We'll jump right to it. Fam, during the pandemic, if you was an artist and had talent, that was the perfect time and the opportunity to showcase your talent via social media, because almost everybody was home on their devices with nowhere to go. And that's how a young man from Greensboro, Georgia was able to become a household name after recently just coming home and decided to be a rapper from hearing Black Youngster and Designer on the radio while incarcerated.
Back then, it was I just put words together, talk about how I was living this shit. Now I can talk about anything. Yeah. I used to write poems and shit. That's my little brother over there. He the one made me start rapping. He used to tell me, like, you write poems, you rap. I was like, no. And then I went to rap with him one day. And I heard myself on the mic, it was over with. Once I heard myself, it was over with. That's what I'm doing. You know what I'm saying? We had a little, you know what I'm saying? We performed at team party, shit like that. But it went, I went never like, we gonna blow up all this shit. That when I moved to Athens. Because I met my dad when I was 15. And my brother and shit, and I moved up there.
Okay.
So that's when we started doing that shit. But you know what I'm saying? I'm just doing this shit to fuck hoes. You know what I'm saying? Be popular. I wasn't giving a damn about that shit blowing up. But then when I went to Changan, and like I said, I heard all these niggas on the radio. I heard Designer. And that's what really did. I heard Black Youngster. I was like, this nigga, right? But then I heard Designer. I said, hell no. I said, I go home. I know for a goddamn fact, I'm gonna be rich.
Damn.
Oh, God.
That's fine.
Fam, that was Kwame Khalil Brown, also known as Foogiano. As mentioned, Foogiano is a man from Greensboro, Georgia, a place that had less than 5K residents while he was growing up there. Not to mention, it was a place that also didn't even have a local Walmart. So the troublemakers in that area stood out like a sore thumb when the crime was committed. And the crazy part about Foogiano's story is even though he came out during the pandemic, some will argue he managed to get signed the old school way, a local talent show. At the time, an indie label CEO named Boo Man was doing local talent shows.
He was with Boo Man. That's who going at that nigga right now? What's the nigga name? Roscoe Dash. Roscoe Dash going at him every day.
The winner get $10,000 and get signed to Authentic Empire, Boo Man's indie label, as you get pitched to a bigger label. Now some say that old school system was flawed. It's to keep a breakout artist in the 360 deal, which is why you see a lot of disgruntled people coming out against Boo Man in recent claims in 2026, claiming they've been finessed out of their finances. But speaking of finances, let's take 60 seconds for today's sponsor. If you ever wish payday came sooner, this might actually help. It's a banking app.
Hold on, let's fast forward this. Go ahead. Shout out to. Hold on.
The video. Now fam, it got to a point where Boo Man had to address the claims recently with perspective with bank after Roscoe Dash recently did an interview and said Boo Man screwed him.
Person was like, bro, I get the deal done. You know what I'm saying? And I was like, cool, let's get it done. I was like, cool, let's get it done. Roscoe signed, but he knew I had to talk to his mama. When I talked to his mama like, I don't care what he do. I don't understand why he doing his music stuff. She wasn't even supportive of it at first. And so I was like, don't worry about it, bro. I got you.
I got you.
Our contract was a management contract and a label contract. And
wait a minute. Management and label. No. That's conflict of interest, brother. You can't be the manager and the label. What the fuck?
He knew that. And I told him that
that's a conflict, though, man.
Hell yeah.
I don't know.
Yeah, you know now.
I know now. But
that's a conflict of interest, though, back then.
Hell yeah, that is.
It depends.
That's a conflict, though.
It don't matter.
Boom, you know that's a country. I'm just saying, it was a conflict.
Bro, it was 2009.
So he can feel you wouldn't want to sign no shit like that.
Why I wouldn't?
You signed to a nigga managed you, and he over your whole estate.
Nigga, that is crazy. You're signing to a nigga as manager to watch over your shit, and then you signing to the label. So who's gonna watch over your shit, making sure the label not fucking you over? And when the manager is the label. Nigga, that's the stupidest shit in the world, bro.
Do that.
Listen to me.
You do that right now.
Listen to me. If Jay-Z said you gonna manage me and goddamn I'ma manage and I'ma sign you, boom. I'ma sign your label and manage it. And I'ma change your life. Sign me up.
Hell no.
Because I'm not known right now.
Don't do that, boo. Because you know the business now. I can see you making that mistake as a young nigga.
But I did. But whatever the situation, it don't even matter. You want me to tell you why?
No, I'm saying that's how he could feel away, though. That's what I'm just bringing it up.
He could feel away, but why would you feel away? You're having success.
He said he's never cashed a publishing check.
That ain't got nothing to do with me.
You the label?
Bro, I did co-pub. I didn't take his publishing at all.
He said you sold him. He said one day he was standing in the booth. He said one day
pull out the paperwork.
He said
pull out the paperwork.
That nigga said one day he standing in the booth. He telling you,
I called
bro,
Cap.
I want to go out there shoot a video. I got half of you.
Everybody
like, bro,
who got
you, bro.
Listen, everybody.
I sold you.
He said,
crazy.
You like, bro, I sold you. I don't do that.
Like, oh yeah, we don't handle that no more. We sold your contract to so and so. Now they got my admin rights, publishing all kind of stuff.
Roscoe Dash was the voice behind one of the biggest records in 2010. While the world was celebrating hits like No Hands, he says he was trapped in a deal he signed at just 18 years old.
In that paperwork, which is supposed to be just some simple management, 20% standard, whatever.
A contract that didn't just take a percentage, it took control of his entire career. According to Roscoe, his manager Boo Man structured a deal where he controlled everything. In a later interview, Booman even admitted his first million in the music business didn't come from music. It came from selling Roscoe's contract.
Where the fuck he find this music at? This music is making this shit intense right now, huh? I'm like, he really not saying shit. But the music is making it seem like he's saying some deep shit.
Million in the music. Because I sold Roscoe.
Roscoe says he discovered the truth while sitting in a recording booth trying to shoot a video. That's when he was told something shocking. We don't handle that anymore. We sold you.
I'm just mad at you. I swear, you seen it.
I did.
Pull it up, somebody.
Please pull it up.
That man said, bro, I found out I was sold when I tried.
That's cap. Let me
You
tell you.
was
I'm
sold-
finna
fucked
give
up.
you the real.
Go
Let me
ahead.
tell you what happened. That's cap. That's a lie. I didn't even have. Matter of fact, I'm gonna try to see if I can go back and find his old agreement too. I'm an archive. I never owned this publishing. I did co-pub. I don't never buy
Break that down, cause we don't really know what
It's
that
just like we split in the publishing 50-50.
With him?
Yes, with him.
But he had
I
somebody.
will say this, man. On the internet, they have been debunking all this shit Boo Man be saying in these interviews. He always be saying, I didn't do this, I didn't do that. And then somebody comes out and debunk that nigga like, yes, you did, and presents proof. So I don't know, Boo Man. We can only take your word with a grain of salt when it comes to this business shit, bro. Because niggas is saying you flaw, bro. You flaw.
Listen to me. Who had the other 50? Why he ain't got no money?
I'm trying to explain it to you.
Okay.
So it went from that to so this is where it ended, right? You know, females always get in the mix, right? It got in the mix. Then
here we
got
go.
it.
Here we go, yeah.
So I was messing with one little chick. He started messing with the chick. It was cool.
Oh, shit.
I was seeing suspicious homes.
Right. Now, I'm telling you, like I'm letting you know what's going on.
That's a cop out, my boy.
At the time,
He
I'm
capped.
still like, it's cool. You know why? You know why I was saying it's cool? Because I was married. So I couldn't even really trip. You feel me? I was married at the time.
You know what I'm saying? You ain't take that boy puzzle behind that bitch, did you, bro?
Shout out to Perspective with Bank. If you guys want to go over there and check the entirety of that interview, you guys should go over there and do so. But on the flip side of what we just saw, we have to be non-biased. Many artists who don't have nothing at all will still take that deal, or at least do the talent show to chase their dreams. Now, does it make it right? I'll leave that up to you, fam. Because that wasn't the case for Foogiano. In 2020, he had got signed to Atlantic from the same song he performed at that talent show, Molly, Baby Mama. First gold track, over 175 million views and counting on YouTube, based on true claims on how he felt about his baby mother at the time, which sad to say, fam, many related to, and even I was victim of it, so don't feel bad. But shortly after signing with Atlantic, making more hits in the process, he was signed to Gucci Mane just moments later.
Baby mama ain't shit. No. She won't let me see my son.
That's my baby mama. Her name Molly. She had picked me out. I called her to get my son. She was on that bullshit like she be sometimes. I told her, I said, make a song about your ass now. They gonna go. She was like, I don't give a fuck. I did. Well, I got my little bro.
Song about your ass,
when
huh?
I made Molly and Trapper in the same day.
Really?
I wrote it. My cousin, I was at Chop House. We Chop House. The fuck out.
I don't know about y'all, but look at this nigga Diamonds, bro. This just stood out to me right here. I don't know. These shit look fugazi. They're not shining. The diamonds ain't busting or nothing. Look at this shit. Am I tripping?
It was called 250. Listen, Chop out. They kicked the door down, busted, Fed came. Yeah. Little small town, we tried that
Nah, bro, that's titanium, bro. All right, back to the interview, though.
For real. I was in that bit one day, Chop left. Chop left. I don't know what happened to Chop. And little brother Chop got locked. I was in that motherfucker writing songs all day. I probably was in that bit like 8 hours. I wrote like 9 songs, and Chop, little brother Rambo was in there. He playing the game. I was just rapping every song to him while he playing the game. He like, cool, that shit so hard. He was like, God damn. And I went and made all of them. I thought it was trap. Like that was the one for me. I'm this trap, this it. And I made that song for Baby. Literally.
Oh, really?
I literally wrote that song and said, little Baby gonna get on this song. No cap.
Oh, that's tight.
But I was thinking trap. My little brother kept telling me, no, Miley, man. Baby mama ain't shit. And fuck my dad, but he told me too. When I showed him before the competition. Because I wasn't gonna do Miley in the competition. I was gonna do trap and some more shit. He was like, hell no, son, you gotta do Miley. That goddamn Miley came on boom and went crazy. I was like, oh yeah. To this day though.
So Authentic Empire, you performed at a showcase and won it, and that's how you got your deal with them? And I saw you collapsed, like when they announced you as the winner too.
Cool. Well, listen.
Wait a minute. So is Authentic Empire, is that Boom's company? Because that explains the chain. Why they get a fucked up deal? A fucked up deal and a fucked up chain. That's cold.
Where shit where I'm from? Yeah. You see how many of us? It's like 50 of us. The whole hood, really. Goddamn. That's what I had did that day. I had got all my clothes. Cause I had been trapping like a motherfucker right before that. So I had a lot of shit. So I got all my clothes. I called the whole mall to the house. I was like, whoever ain't got nothing in the world, get you something. Feel. We finna win anyway. We gonna buy some new shit. So goddamn, I said we went. I really, when I seen the competition, cause I read people real good, I was like, ain't nobody as confident as me. I could tell when nobody, except for the singing niggas. Ain't no singing niggas gonna beat me and shit. You feel? So, not no competition. So I'm like, all right, singing nigga confident, but he ain't got a chance. The rap nigga scared. And I was like high. It was like 100 people. I went like 9. I fucked it up. Feel? Then I had the whole motherfucker rocking. So shit, niggas was scared. I saw people were coming to me saying, I don't even want to perform no more. I was like, you dumb as hell. You better goddamn perform. So shit, I was sitting back and then I watched it. I was watching, you know what I'm saying? Shit, I won. When the answer, I seen Gucci fade. I said, that Gucci. Boom said, yeah. I said, what you want? He said, what for what? I said, what for? He gave me the phone. I said, all right. He said, man, I want you to, oh, you ain't gotta talk no more. Let's get with, boom. Get it together. I'm 17. Come on.
That's what all artists be doing. I think now, after this Pooh Shiesty shit, it ain't gonna be like that with 1017 no more. Yes, it will. I'm lying. Because niggas could see somebody get robbed and still want to sign. I think, what do y'all think? Do y'all think artists are still gonna drop everything and sign to Gucci when he reach out like Foogiano saying right here? As soon as he saw Gucci, oh, put this together, let's do it. 1017, I'm with it. Or do y'all think moving forward, now that these allegations and all this then came out on Gucci and him snitching and all this shit, do y'all think artists are gonna now say they don't want to sign no more? Or is some gonna say, I don't give a fuck, I'm still signing, that's Gucci, man? What do y'all think?
Oh, man, this is Gucci. Who gonna say no? Stop. Who saying no? Yeah, damn.
Now, for a moment, Foogiano's success was short-lived. Around 2021, not even a year after getting signed, it was reported that Foogiano was on the run and cut his ankle monitor off on the highway. On July 5th, 2020, Kwame Brown, aka Foogiano, was pulled over in South Carolina. They found 2 firearms in the car. The reason for their stopping, according to them, was due to a broken taillight. They also smelled marijuana as they approached the car. Foogiano was a convicted felon. He said the gun was his brother. His brother wanted claim of both. Police let him go, but after getting feisty with him at the end, they ended up giving him a ticket.
Block 19, Gen 4, serial number, stand by. Oh, damn serial. You said it's under the laser. Oh, shit. That's a big pain in the ass. How's that come off? Let me see it. Yeah, good. Mr. Brown, hang on, stay in. I'm going to read you something before we go any further, okay? You have the right to remain silent. Anything you say can and will be used against you in a court of law. You have the right... Just listen to the man, okay? What the fuck I do? Listen to the man. All right? You have the right to remain silent. Anything you say can and will be used against you in a court of law. You have the right to talk to a lawyer and have
niggas don't never want to go to jail. Y'all saw that nigga eyes. You're like, what the fuck I do?
Or present while you're being questioned. You can afford to hire a lawyer. One will be appointed to represent you before any questioning if you wish. You can decide at any time to exercise these rights and not answer any questions or make any statements. Do you understand each of these rights as I've explained to you? Yes, sir. Having these rights in mind, do you wish to talk to me now? Yes, sir. Okay. 107 Miranda read and agreed. 101 All right. So we found a firearm on the seat in front of you. Okay, where you would have been sitting, within arm's reach of you. Okay. Is it yours?
No. Oh my. Do it got a thing on it?
A what?
A little delays on it. My brother had my car. We just got my car. Just told you we just came back.
Okay.
We called. You called me. I ain't even got to be there. You called from my phone.
You can't be in possession of any guns. You can't be around any guns. So technically, you're in violation just by being in a car with him because he has a gun.
No, but listen, I'm a real rapper. Like I'm famous.
Wait a minute. What do y'all call that? If they say, "Is this your gun?" and you say, "Nah." Oh, wait a minute. Do we got a blazer on it? Oh, that's my brother's gun. What do y'all call that? Come on, selective politicking. Let's see what y'all say in the chat.
He has to have a gun around me. Rappers are dying. My probation officer.
You can't be around a gun. You can't be in the car with a gun. You can't be in the house with a gun. You're a convicted felon, right?
But I have security that's around me all the time with guns everywhere I go.
because you can't be in the car with a gun, especially one within our hands reach of you.
Man, I ain't know that guns in there, man. My brother, he let me probably let me in. I just told her up in my car, go to sleep. I ain't been at home 5 minutes. I know, if you just sit in that same spot, I know you just seen my all that shit out. I was down in my car.
Okay, well, being a convicted felon, you have to take quick precautions to not be around guns.
I ain't been doing so long, bro. I ain't been no trouble. I just good, bro. That ain't what I'm on, bro. Oh, God. I know you probably thought you smell some weed, but I ain't no weed enough. Bro, I had that car. I can't do nothing about what he be even up. You feel me? I been gone. I just got
That's your
back.
responsibility.
I understand that, sir, but I just got back. I ain't what I need done for. My brother got a gun, and he ain't gonna let
You
that
just said
happen.
rappers are getting shot, and you're a rapper.
My brother has a gun. He ain't gonna let nothing happen. That's why he got it. That's why he with me everywhere I go.
Your brother's the registered owner of the car?
Nah.
You just fucked up right there, nigga. That nigga said, hey, yeah, my brother, he got a gun everywhere he go. Your brother registered owner of the car? No. Nigga, you should have stayed on track. Yeah, he the owner of the car. Nigga, shit. Nigga, hell yeah. It's just in my name, nigga. I don't know. You got to stay on track, though, man, because what the fuck? I don't know. I would hope that his brother, y'all done had this conversation, and the brother, he don't got no fucked up record, and he can legally have that gun, and he approved of you saying this shit, because that's fucked up. If I'm the brother, you feel me? I got a fucked up record, and nigga, I ain't supposed to be around no guns my damn self, and you done put this shit on me. God damn.
Who's registered owner of the vehicle? Who's registered owner of the car?
Marcus, my brother who gunned that is.
So he is the registered owner of the car?
Yeah, he just put everything in his name.
All right.
The insurance,
Put you in the car.
everything.
Put you in the car. Hey.
There you go.
Sit in there. Just like you had it in your hand.
During this time, the police questioned Foogiano brother to see if the guns were his, and his brother said it was his.
Okay. Here's around for your gun.
You said he was around.
He had a gun. Not your gun. He had another gun. All right. He's not allowed to have a gun.
That's my gun.
What's your gun?
Both of them are mine.
Which one?
Both of them guns are mine.
Which one? What does yours look like?
I had the Stinson on the one on the regular compact.
Okay. What's the one he had look like?
He had the gun. We just left.
Okay. What does the gun he had look like?
I see what's going on here. Did he just say one had a switch on it? One of the guns had a switch. I think I heard he said switch. Okay, so it's two guns. The brother's saying they both mine. The cops are like, nigga, that's cap. One is yours, one is his. I'll see what's going on.
Okay. I appreciate you trying to take the fall for him. I respect that, but he's going to jail. He's already under arrest. Okay. You don't even know what the gun that he had looks like when you're saying it's yours.
Why you can't take me instead of him?
Because you're not allowed. You're allowed to have a gun.
You don't.
He's not.
That man is an artist. I gotta have them guns.
Okay, just because you're an artist doesn't mean you can break the law by being a convicted felon in possession of a firearm. Okay? I'm letting you know as a courtesy. Okay? Get your brake light fixed. Or whoever's the owner of the car.
What is your reason for searching the car anyway?
It smells like marijuana. Man, you got wrappers in there. You got residue all throughout the car.
We just came off the road. We went in.
I don't care.
I don't care. That car don't smell like no marijuana.
Okay.
That's crazy.
You're gonna get a ticket. Stay right here.
So it's got a tinted tag cover if you want to do that.
Tinted windows too. Tinted windows are way out.
Now, he would later get a bond, but then he was detained by the federal government only for a day on December 6, 2020 to the 7th due to the incident. And then a few months later, on March 11, 2021, he was rearrested after authorities claimed he threw his ankle monitor over the highway. He was then convicted on May 3, 2021 and sentenced to 5 years in prison. Between May 3, 2021 and November 2021, he was in state custody. And November 30th, 2021, he was charged for the same incident, but possession of a firearm by a convicted felon by the federal government, and he was transferred to federal custody on October 3rd, 2020 and sentenced again to a term of 57 months, 4 years and 9 months. And during sentencing, the judge stated, "I will state once again that it is my intention that he be given credit for all time served, not just time in federal custody, but all the time he served related to these charges." Now at that point, people was confused to say the least. They thought, come on, fool, your career blowing up. You got a bond. Why risk your career even more by cutting your ankle monitor off and going on the run? Plus, he was seen at the Gucci Man birthday dinner, him alongside Pooh Shiesty. Even in the video where he recording, Gucci Man give Pooh Shiesty a green SRT Jeep on his birthday.
so look at your round. Look at your round now.
Get your phone up.
Put my phone. It's man's birthday, bro.
All right, see, this is the shit that was throwing us off. Because Gucci Man gifted this nigga chains and cars. And they make it look like they all buddy-buddy on camera. And the next thing you know, the nigga robbing them allegedly in the goddamn studio. So what was it? We need some clarity on what exactly was going on. How was Gucci robbing this nigga? You know, we nosy, nigga. We need to know. We nosy. We nosy in the motherfucker. Put us in y'all business. Shit, it's out there for the world anyway, nigga. What exactly did Gucci Man do to make Pooh Shiesty and his family allegedly do that? What exactly? Give us the fucking details, nigga.
I love dude. I don't know, yeah. Wow. Man, this old L behind him.
But it seemed Foogiano knew something his fans didn't know. He was gonna sit down regardless. But what was in his favor was the sentencing guidelines, what we just talked about. So he decided not only to go on a run, but to also make a song about it, called On a Run.
Do it, but I told him Cracker gotta kill me if you can. I just gave 50,000 cash, now they trying to take me again.
But people don't know that video later got him captured. Police then keyed on Memphis, Tennessee, noticing that was the background where that music video was shot. And on top of that, they figured he had help from his Memphis ties with his label, Pooh Shiesty, Big Sky. And in March of 2021, he was captured by U.S. Marshals in Memphis, Tennessee. Fast forward mid-April of 2026, Foogiano gets granted to the halfway house post-release. During that time, 1017 in shambles. Pooh Shiesty had just got arrested by the feds for allegedly robbing his CEO, when suddenly Foogiano gets released and nobody on 1017 welcomed him home. So he made his choice without saying a single word. And that's put Pooh Shiesty recent mugshot as his Instagram profile picture, taking all 1017 inquiries out his bio, but most importantly, instantly going to go see his kids, which is crazy to say. That's allegedly how he got rearrested. Someone had posted it on social media, which also prompted the feds to find out that his kids wasn't located in the same state that his parole was.
Oh. Man, y'all done arrested this nigga because he went to go see his kids and he left the state. God damn, have some sympathy, man. I thought he did some criminal shit. That's why he went back to jail. Y'all arrested this nigga for going to see his kids, man?
Oh, hell no, man. What the fuck, man?
Y'all better say some criminal shit happened too, because that's fucked up if y'all arrest that man just because he like, man, I gotta go see my family. And then I post a picture of my family. Nigga, I've been in jail for 4-5 years. I get to go see my family. The only way I can go see them is to go see them. They can't come to me. And y'all saying I can't go see my family? And I go do it, now y'all put me in jail for it? That's weak. What y'all think about that, man? What y'all think about a nigga getting put in jail for going to see his family out of state, even though he ain't supposed to leave the states? I'm just going to see my family. I ain't getting no trouble. I didn't do nothing wrong. I just went to see my kids, and I was coming back home.
And in return, Foogiano now have to serve the time he would have served in the halfway house, incarcerated. Seem like nobody can get a break when dealing with 1017 right now. And at least according to the public. But there you have it, fam. This was the story of a Georgia rapper who picked this side after his CEO gets robbed, allegedly, by his label mate after serving 5 years for a gun charge, which got enhanced after he cut his ankle monitor off and threw it while going on a run for 3 months before being captured in Memphis, Tennessee. Let me know how you guys feel about this one in the comments.
Yeah, man. Golly.
Comments. Don't forget.
Oh, man. All right, that ending got me fucked up because I saw he went to jail, but I thought it was going to be on like some criminal shit. But to find out that it was because he went to visit his family without permission is like, come on, man. Goddamn. Like, how y'all feel about that, man? You feel me? As far as the 1017 shit, yeah, I think that Pooh Shiesty shit definitely put a stain on all the artists, you know, who was already a part of 1017, or actually the only two left, I believe, was Foogiano and Pooh Shiesty. I remember he cut everybody when he was riding around in the car and made that video. I'm dropping everybody from my label. I remember that video. But I'm sure it sounds like to me, before Foogiano went to jail, he was in Memphis, which is where Pooh Shiesty is from and his crew and everybody. So they probably was looking out for him out there, and probably was the reason he was out there, like, giving that nigga somewhere to stay or duck off. while he was on the run from the police, and that's where he got caught. So my loyalty is to the homie. You feel me? And while I was in jail, what's to say Gucci Mane helped him out in any way? Because we have heard stories where his artist was in jail and whatever, funerals, and Gucci don't help him out. You know what I'm saying? With the big scar shit, he allegedly didn't help with the funeral, asked for the chains back, shit like that. You know what I mean? The father later came out and said he helped, but who knows, man? Who knows? But let me know what y'all think about this situation, man. What y'all think about the reason Julio was arrested, man. Foogiano, sorry, was arrested. And yeah, I'm gonna give y'all 2 seconds to smash the like. And as always, get ready for the next reaction. All right, y'all. All right. I know I'm seeing y'all say, why post? Why post? Now listen, yes, why post? But y'all gotta also think this is somebody who's been in jail for 3, 4 years, 5 years. Everybody mental was different. Like this nigga that's a lot of kids. I was like 4 kids. He probably was really missing his children, man. And the emotions took over. Like, this is a moment. I took a picture with my family for the first time in 5 years. I got to show motherfuckers I'm proud. This is my family. Look how big my kids are now. You know what I'm saying? And, emotions got the best. And he posted, and that got his ass hit. And that's how he went to jail last time, like they said in the video, because he filmed the music video while on the run, and they was able to determine the location of where he was at in Memphis because of the background. So, in summary, Foogiano, keep your ass off the phone, man. Just throw that motherfucker away, because you seem like a nigga that keep getting in trouble and keep getting caught via phone or camera. God damn. I don't know, man. Sad situation, man. But free that man. I don't know how long they took him back for. They said it could be up to a year. But free that man. He was just trying to see his kids, man. Let that man get home to his kids. All right. Now, let's move this shit on to another situation going on in hip-hop right now, and that is the Takeoff case. The Takeoff case, y'all know he was murdered in Texas after a dice game at a bowling alley. There hasn't been any updates on what happened with that because the trial hasn't happened yet. So I think the trial has started or about to start. That's what we're about to find out right now. I'm not up to date on that, but I think it either started or about to start. I did see the nigga who was allegedly accused of doing it. He was bailed out, and he's been out all this time, from my knowledge. Well, I think he's been out on bail all this time. And it was like for a large amount of money, and they were saying he didn't have that type of money, so who the hell put that money up to get him out of jail? And then some people were alleging, Jay Prince Jr., they fronted the money to get him out. So let's get caught up. Let's see what's going on. Let's see, man.
Now, how does one of the most...
All right, y'all, we back with another reaction right here on ABP Reactions, man. And right now, Takeoff of the Migos case is kicking off, and they're saying it's taking a strange turn. Let's see what's going on. Let's get caught up.
Now, how does one of the most low-key rappers in the game end up getting murdered inside a bowling alley in front of dozens of people? And somehow the case just keeps raising more questions than answers. And how does the alleged killer get a passport, buy tickets to Mexico, secure a $1 million bond, and now has high-level legal representation? It just makes you stop and ask, how does all of that happen? All while the death of Takeoff is still being investigated. The Takeoff case just took a very strange turn, and it feels like no one is really talking about it. For those who don't know or need a refresher, November 1st, 2022, Houston, Texas, rapper Takeoff, 1/3 Amigos, was killed at a private event hosted by Jay Prince Jr., son of Rap-A-Lot Records founder Jay Prince. If you don't know who Jay Prince is, he is literally one of the most powerful and connected figures in the entire history of Houston hip-hop. His name carries serious weight in the streets and in this industry. The event was held at 810 Billers and Bowling, an upscale venue in downtown Houston, invitation only, roughly 40 to 50 people in a room. This wasn't a random club night, this was a closed private gathering. The official event wrapped up around 1 a.m., but people decided to stay. By 2:30 in the morning, the crowd had spilled onto the third floor balcony area, and that's when things went left. A dice game, money lost, tensions rising. Quavo was caught in the middle of it. Surveillance footage later showed him trying to walk away. His last words before the shots, "We don't play like that, bruh." Then gunfire. 2 weapons, 10 shell casings recovered at the scene, 9 from a 40 cal, 1 from a 9mm. Takeoff was hit twice, once in the back, once in the head. 2 other people were also shot, and the scene was chaotic. Now I broke down this entire story in my video that I made back in March of last year. It was an investigative video that I dropped last year. I would highly recommend you check out that video, because in this video, I'm not going to go as deep as I did in that video, particularly when it comes to what happened during his death and whatnot. If you want to check out that video, link is in the description below for a complete picture. Today I want to focus on something specific. Pretty recently, something came out regarding the Takeoff case, which I've definitely been up to date with. And I want to share those things with you guys. And there was something that quietly stood out here. The case is finally moving forward now, and I think it deserves another look. But there were some interesting things that I just really paid attention to, and I feel like you need to hear about them as well. But before we go there, let's actually look at what happened during the situation right after he died. Before police even arrived, a nurse who lived nearby heard the gunshots. She waited for the chaos to settle, grabbed her kit, and ran over to the bowling alley to see if she could help. A good Samaritan, right? But by the time she reached him, it was already too late. She said when she got to Takeoff, his eyes had rolled back. He was unresponsive. There was nothing she could do. He was gone before anyone could save him. By the time police arrived, 2:30 in the morning, downtown Houston, the scene was basically empty. Witnesses had already scattered, and a lot of them had left. Security was there. Nobody saw anything. Nobody.
Damn. So my question is, did J. Prince Jr., all them niggas just left him there? This is Takeoff from the Migos. He gets shot. Boom. Somebody get off. Boom, 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 boom with the 49 shots. Boom, 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 boom. Everybody scatter. Boom. Once they scatter, my question is, once the smoke cleared, did they come back? They'd like to check. And once Takeoff got shot, who stayed? Who helped? Who was there? Or did they just leave him there?
Nobody said anything, and Takeoff was already gone. So detectives had to work with what they had, and what they had was the footage, the surveillance footage. Now the surveillance footage placed a Patrick Xavier Clark inside that crowd, and he had a gun in his hand, and as the chaos unfolded, Clark was captured on camera firing multiple rounds in the direction where Takeoff was standing. Forensic analysis backed it up. Out of everyone there that night, Clark was the only person caught on surveillance firing in the direction that Takeoff was. After the shots, he fled on foot, briefly ducked inside the House of Blues nearby, tossed a wine bottle he had on him, then disappeared. Now here's the thing that really bothered me. There were around 30 to 50 people at this event that Takeoff was attending, this private gathering, right? So 30 plus witnesses, and Houston PD publicly begged for anyone to come forward. Almost none of them talked. And I'll be honest, that's frustrating to even think about. Someone loses their life in front of all these people and the priority becomes not saying anything.
And then another question, real quick, it just hit me right now. If I'm visiting, I remember seeing a video of Takeoff and Quavo riding around in J. Prince's car that day, right? So I'm thinking, well, I'm seeing they're out there just them two. Like, from what I know, it was just them two, right? So even if this is J. Prince Jr., so majority rules, this is all your homies. This is all your squad, you in your hometown. Quavo and Takeoff is there. They probably got, a couple homies that live out there or something, but obviously, y'all would be the majority at that dice game. It would be more of J. Prince homies than his homies. So what made it escalate to where 2 out-of-town niggas, and it's like 30 of us, they said it's 50 people outside. So let's say 30 of his homies, J. Prince Jr. homies, and it's like 5 of them, to make them say, we got to shoot this nigga. That's the story. What happened? How did some out-of-town niggas, superstar rappers, get in the middle of a twist like that over a dice game? Do that sound like it could be a setup? I don't know. That's sketchy.
Mindset in its own is kind of a tragedy. Isn't that like sad? And look, at this point, investigators had already Clark on their radar, but having a name and being able to make a case are two very different things. What they needed was simple: more leads, more evidence, and people willing to talk. But they weren't getting that. Houston PD's homicide sergeant, Michael Burrow, said it plainly. Over 30 people were standing outside that bowling alley, and every single one of them left without giving a statement. Every single one. Some were tracked down later, but the damage was already done. And when you sit with that, it's kind of heavy, because behind all the speculation, behind all the unanswered questions, there's a real person at the center of this. Takeoff was a son, a nephew, 1/3 of one of the most iconic rap groups in hip-hop history, Migos. Gone. Not on a tour bus, not on a stage, at a private event, surrounded by people who knew exactly what happened, and almost none of them said a word. And that's the reality of this case before it even really began. And before we move forward, let's not forget that a precious life was lost here. The quiet one, Takeoff, the one who just always stayed to himself, the guy who was always so low-key, the one who stayed out the way, he's the one who lost his life. It doesn't make any sense. Then on December 2nd, 2022, exactly.
Shut up. Stop dick sucking, nigga. The one that's so quiet, so low-key. Nigga, you don't know that nigga. Shut up.
31 days after Takeoff's death, Patrick Xavier Clark was taken into custody and charged with murder. But here's where things get interesting, right? Clark didn't stay locked up for long. He got out on a $1 million bond. And the question that never really got a clean answer was, who paid for that? Aside from being stated that a family friend and had helped secure his release, we don't know more than that. When you look at who Patrick Clark actually was, he was a local DJ, a strip club promoter, not exactly someone you'd expect to have that kind of money sitting around. And on top of that, it was reported that he operated largely in cash. So, where did $1 million come from? Nobody ever really explained this part, and the media moved on, but the question didn't go away. And the question didn't just come from us, the people. It also came from the prosecution. Early on in the case, prosecutors raised concerns that Clark wasn't being fully transparent about his finances. They believed he was downplaying what he actually had access to, and that raised a separate alarm. If this man has resources he isn't disclosing, he's a flight risk. And that concern—
Who the fuck is this? This is a different guy. This ain't the light-skinned nigga.
—wasn't just theoretical. Because here's a fact about this case that didn't get nearly enough attention. Just 2 days before his arrest, Clark had allegedly obtained a passport and then purchased tickets to Mexico 2 days before they picked him up. And this is something police made clear right after the arrest. They strongly believed Clark was preparing to flee, that he—
My niggas finna go on vacation in Cancun. Because that's not the place you want to go flee. Not the tourist destination. You're not finna go flee to where all the goddamn tourists is at after doing a murder. You gotta go deep down in the goddamn sticks, man. You can't be in Cancun and Tijuana, nigga, on a run. What the fuck?
He knew what was coming and was making moves to disappear. Very interesting. And they also had the receipts to back it up. His movements had been traced, the passport, the Mexico tickets, all of it came out during his first appearance in a probable cause court hearing. Now, at the same time, his defense was pushing back, arguing that their client didn't have the means to post bond, that he simply couldn't come up with the cash. The judge didn't buy it, and bond was set at $1 million, and somehow Clark was able to secure it. Now, to be clear, this obviously doesn't mean that someone is paying a full million in cash, but it still requires serious money or backing to make that happen.
Hey, man, he paying 10%, man. He probably had a fat bitch, man. Probably had a fat bitch. You know what I mean? He is a strip club owner, so he's a promoter. So he knows people he promotes. He got friends. He might have had some money in the cut. Why y'all playing that nigga like he a broke nigga? He a DJ and a promoter. He probably had 100 bands in the cut. He probably put up some, sold some. You know what I mean? Damn, why y'all playing that nigga like that?
Now, this is where things start to get a little interesting. Very early on, Clark had a high-profile legal representation. One of his attorneys was Carl Moore, a lawyer who's worked with rapper 6ix9ine, and notably, he's also worked very closely with the J. Prince family. Now let that context sit just for a second, because here's where it gets deeper. When Clark was released on bond, his bond conditions included a list of people he was not allowed to contact. On that list, J. Prince Jr., the son of J. Prince, the same person who hosted the event where Takeoff was killed. And not just him, any members of his family or household were listed as well. Now, nobody officially explained why those names were on there, but think about what you just heard. The alleged killer's attorney has ties to the J. Prince family. The shooting happened at an event hosted by J. Prince Jr., and when Clark gets out on bond, the court felt it was necessary to specifically bar him from contacting that same family. I'm not here to tell you what to think, but you can obviously think for yourself, right? But those are facts, and you can decide whatever you make of them. And then there's another very interesting detail that I actually went over in my video from about a year ago. A man named Jim Willis surfaced in connection with the case. He was apparently a private investigator reportedly working for Clark's defense. And according to what came out, this private investigator was the same person who facilitated the bond. Not paid for it, facilitated it, meaning someone else's money was behind it. Willis was just the one who made it happen. So now the question shifted. It was no longer how did this guy who's accused of killing Takeoff get out? It became who actually wanted him out. Who is this Willis private investigator working for?
What's y'all thoughts on that? Who do y'all think put up the money? Who do y'all think made sure the play was done to set the bail to get him out? Let me know in the comment section.
And is it possible that this private investigator was simply a lawyer between Clark and whoever was truly funding his release? Again, I'm not telling you what to think. You can connect the dots yourself. Now, the more you look at this case, and particularly some of these things here, the more you realize that almost nothing is straightforward. Actually, it is straightforward depending on how you look at it, but at the same time, there's more questions than answers. And here is where things get really interesting, right? The J. Prince family has their own attorney. His name is Kent Schaefer, a high-profile attorney who's worked with major artists like Travis Scott. And back when those bond conditions surfaced, the ones listing J. Prince Jr. and his family as people Clark could not contact, Kent Schaefer made a public statement about this, and this is what he said. He said there was no reason for the Prince family's name to be included in those conditions. The state agreed, and they were removed. Okay, fair enough, but still doesn't explain why they were there in the first place. And now here's where this case takes a turn that I generally was not expecting. Now remember the attorney that I mentioned? Not Kent Schaefer, Carl Moore, who is of course Patrick Clark's attorney, the one with ties to the J. Prince family. Now this attorney actually just a few weeks ago ended up withdrawing from the case. No explanation given. He's out. Now Patrick Clark in this case also had another attorney. She was a black woman. Her name was Letitia Hollins. She was actually representing him until recently. Now 1 month ago, she was replaced. And who replaced her? Kent Schaefer.
I see what's going on. I see what's going on. Yeah. Get y'all asses the fuck up out of here. We had y'all do what we needed y'all to do. We got it from here. Good job. See you next year. Good job.
The same attorney who publicly defended the J. Prince family when their names appeared in Clark's bond conditions. The same family whose event this shooting took place at. He is now representing the man accused of pulling the trigger and killing Takeoff. And it's also worth noting how slow this case has been moving forward. This happened in November 2022. We're now in 2026, and there's still no trial. However, a trial is apparently set for November of this year. But there are no plea deals or no agreements yet. Now, according to Clark's own attorney, both sides have spent the last several years exchanging evidence.
Hey, here's a great question that just came to my head. With all this going on, eyewitnesses, everybody know the faces, the names that was there, obviously by now. Not us, but you know, the investigators. Who does it come down to? Who do you think would be suspect, not suspect, but like witness number one? They would want to take the stand on behalf of Takeoff. Look, we need you to take the stand and tell us what happened. This is your family. We need you to take this stand, sir. Do y'all think Quavo will take the stand for his family? This is over you playing dice. He got killed defending you. Damn. What do y'all think Takeoff will want him to do from the afterlife? Mama, hey, bro, take the stand, bro. No, don't take the stand, bro. You know, go get it back in blood in the streets. What do y'all think would be the... No, that's crazy. What do y'all think would be the words of Takeoff from Heaven's Gates to Quavo in this situation?
And making sure discovery is complete. Now, when asked whether this case will even go to trial, the response was very simple. If it's not dismissed, they're of course going to trial, which it looks like they are. And Clark during this entire time has maintained his innocence, saying he just wants to move on and live his life again. And keep in mind, he's been out on bond this entire time. And like I stated, a trial date has now been set for sometime in November 2026. It looks like early November. But here's another detail that quietly slipped through the cracks, which is a detail that I actually covered in the video that I made about this over a year ago. But not everyone has seen that video, so I'll just talk about it quickly. At some point during the case, DNA evidence was mishandled. A forensic analyst made critical errors in processing evidence connected to Takeoff's murder. Errors serious enough that there is a real possibility that DNA evidence in this case was compromised. Now, the
they finna try to get this shit thrown out.
Analyst was actually fired because of this.
They
And
finna get this shit thrown out.
No real update has been shared on what that means for the case. No clarity on whether the evidence is still intact, usable, nothing. Meanwhile, the defense has been preparing, the prosecution has been building, and the rest of us have obviously just been waiting.
Oh, we know what that mean, bro. They finna push to get this shit thrown out, man. She over here fucking up the evidence. Hold on, what y'all got? Y'all over here on bullshit. Y'all could have said this was it and it really wasn't that. Nigga, well, hold on. Oh, yeah, they done found them a little lane. They finna drive a wedge in that motherfucker. Y'all done fucked up, Houston.
4 years later, still no justice for Takeoff. When you take a step back and look at everything together, this whole thing definitely starts to raise a lot of questions. $1 million bond, paid by unknown hands, an attorney with direct ties to the family who hosted the event, names added to bond conditions, then quietly removed, in a case that has somehow dragged on for all these years with no resolution yet. And then you have the 30 plus witnesses all at the same private event, and almost every single one of them decided to stay silent. Now, I understand the culture, you know, the no snitching culture, right?
No, you don't.
Actually, I don't understand it, but I'm just trying to make a point.
Yeah, exactly.
I get that some people might think that way, but obviously in this situation, it's just like Takeoff wasn't involved in whatever went down that night. By all accounts, he didn't even want to be there. He was only there because Quavo wanted to go.
How do you know? You don't know, bruh. I hate when niggas be talking like they know the nigga, what he was thinking before he died. Nigga, you don't even know, bro. He didn't want to be there. He didn't even want to go. He was only there because of Quavo. Man, shut your ass up.
Innocent. He was caught in something that had nothing to do with him. And all those people who watched it happen and said nothing, I guess it was fear. Maybe it was loyalty. I don't really know, right? When silence like that is this consistent, that widespread, it's one of those situations that you don't see in every situation. I just feel like Takeoff deserved better. His family deserves answers. And with the trial now set for November 2026, and hopefully the person who did this can get held accountable for what they did.
All right, man. That's enough of you, brother. That's enough. All right, let me know. Let me know how y'all feel about this one. Early predictions on how y'all think this case, this trial is going to go based off, you see how long it's taking to get there. They're out there finally going to do it in November of this year. Been about 3 years. That'll be about 3 years. And y'all see all the moving parts that have been taking place, getting these lawyers out, putting this lawyers in who are connected with these power players here. You feel me? Why? That's up, you know, for assumption. You can assume why. You know what I'm saying? Why? Why are they using lawyers connected to that family each and every time? These lawyers was connected, this lawyer was connected. What do y'all think is really going on? Is it a cover up? Did somebody else really do it? And he took the rap? But they say they saw him on camera doing it. But what if? Nah, I ain't gonna do that. I ain't gonna do that. What if a nigga like, hey, here, take this nigga. Hey, get that nigga. Hey, get that nigga. Get that nigga. Get that nigga cut. Get that nigga cut. You know what I mean? Got off. Boo, 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 boo. I didn't really want to do it, but he told me to. What if he was pressured to do that? They say he's not like that. Everybody who knew him said he's not like that. He's a good guy. Woo! I don't know, man. I'm gonna let y'all come up with what could have possibly happened. Y'all let me know in the comment section. How do y'all think this case will go? Let me know. I'm gonna give y'all 2 seconds to smash a like, and as always, get ready for the next reaction. Yes, sirski. Hey, man. Let's see how that one gonna go, y'all. Let's see how that one's gonna go, because I definitely don't know. I mean, I haven't been seeing like Quavo and Offset like push a line on that. You feel me? Unless it slipped through my cracks. Like, I haven't been seeing them push a line on it. I definitely see them say rest in peace, all that, you know, but you know, Jay Prince is still here, and that was his people's, and I don't know. Is it funk between them now, or they still cool? Have they hung out? Has Quavo and Jay Prince Jr. hung out since that day? Has Quavo and Jay Prince Jr. hung out since that day? Because how would you feel if your homie lost his life over this nigga's party and this dice game that was happening at his party by his homies, and then you was the reason for, allegedly, you was the reason for the debate, for the arguing, and he got killed over you, and then now you back hanging with, bruh. That would be fucked up. I would be like, damn, cuz that's crazy. But, you know, hey, man. Hey, yeah, run them likes up. Shout out to the baby in the chat. Hey, smash them likes, man. Zap the like, zap the like, zap the like. Make sure y'all get y'all membership, man. This is usually my members only right here. This is usually the hot topics and all the shit that's going on. Aside from law and crime shit, you feel me? Like, it's usually on members only. But this morning, I said, I'm going to do it for the Grays, man. Shout out to the Grays. Why are you gray? Shout out to the Grays, man. I had to do it for the Grays this morning. Feel me? And most certainly, man, shout out to all the members. Shout out to all the members. If you don't have a membership, make sure you get you one, man. Get you a membership. What are you waiting for? Feel me? Do it now. Do it today. Come enjoy all these motherfucking reactions, these cool emojis, and all this exclusive details we talk about behind the scenes, man. Exclusive conversations. You know what I'm saying? And yeah, man, if you can, gift a membership. And if you need to be gifted, well, you can't put the emoji, because I put a gift me emoji, but damn, I just fucking thought about that. The Grays can't use the gift me emoji. You got to be a member to use the emoji. Hey, drop the gift me emojis so they can see what it look like. But I just thought about that. Damn. So that's a pointless emoji. Because that's for the Grays, but they can't use it. All right, I got to take that one down, man. I got to take that one down. All right, hey, Jimmy Nugan. Where my boy Jimmy Nugan at? We need a new emoji, bro. Give us a new emoji to swap out to gift me, because it don't make sense if they're a member already. Y'all need to drop that shit, man. You feel me? Shout out to Nestor Isaac. I see you in the building, man. Shout out Nargo Arts. Shout out Dom on your dime. Eric Chapman. Pats fan. MJG. Capalot. Papa E is in there. Hey, Papa E, what's up with my boy? Papa E, what you got for us, Papa E? Do we got anything new in the Discord I need to go check out or what? Do we got any new meals of the day in this motherfucker? You been in that kitchen, nigga, or you been lacking, nigga? What you been on, fool? Get to it, nigga. We about to get this goddamn book by the end of summer. Papa E's recipe book is coming, nigga. Taser Gang exclusive. You know what I mean? Hey, Papa E, Taser Gang exclusive, man. Our first book from the Taser Gang, man. Papa E's recipes. It's coming soon, man. It's coming soon. Free the Grays. Hey, we gotta get the Free the Grays shirt for all the Grays, cuz. Free the Grays, bro. Free the Grays. Mama. Free the Grays, bro. Free the Grays. Wait, what? He said, Papa, he said, I'm at work. Hold on. Dom on your dime. I heard people got blocked. Who got blocked? What are you talking about? Hey, shout out to Cali Tech. Shout out to Capalot. Class Act Y. I see all jail meals. Why niggas say all jail meals? Man, y'all niggas start Papa E out, man. My boy at work right now. I get into it. My boy said he don't got one job. He got 2 jobs, nigga. That's right, Papa E. Prison meals with Papa E. It's better than nothing. It's better than nothing. That's the slogan for sure. Let's see. We need a why are you great emoji. Oh, there we go. Hey, Jimmy Nugan. We need a why are you great emoji, bro. And we're going to swap out the gift me emoji. We need that ASAP. Where Jimmy Nugan? He in here? Or if he ain't in here when he see this, I'm sure he'll watch it. He'll see it. We need a why are you great emoji, bro. So we can go ahead and tape the game. Y'all how we going to troll the gray side. Y'all control the gray side with that one. Why are you great? Prison meals with Papa E. All right, there's Doritos in every meal. Oh, my God. Eric Chapman, what's the word, man? Oh, there my boy Memphis Made is in the building, man. Shout out Memphis Made. Shout out Memphis Made. Hey, why are you great emoji? That is cloud. Let me write that down so I don't forget that one. We definitely need that for sure. Hold on. Let me write that down. Okay. Boom. All right, there we go. We're going to add that. We're going to add that ASAP. All right, cool. I think I'm on pace. I can probably do 2 more. You feel me? Bombshell court decision rocks the David case. Damn. You know what? Fuck that. Let's see what this... No. Let's watch the David case. And then if we got time, I want to see about this coat. We ain't going to have time to do the LA Try Guy. I want to see about this coat, though. Or should we do the LA Try Guy and say, fuck those two? I wonder. Should we do the LA Try Guy and say, fuck the... No. Let's see what's going on with this David shit, man. Let's get caught up. All right, let's go. All right. All right, y'all, we back. Hold on. Is we right? Is we good? Okay. All right, y'all, we back with another reaction right here on ABP Reactions. And right now, a bombshell court decision has rocked the David murder case, man. Let's find out what that is.
Accused murderer David Anthony Burke, a.k.a. David, was back in an L.A. courtroom today, and this has shaken up the entire case schedule. What exactly happened? What can we expect next? And what does this mean for the defense and the prosecution? Welcome to Sidebar, presented by Law and Crime. I'm Jesse Weber. Okay, I can't jump into this without first telling you real quick about our partner, our sponsor, this app called Upside. Now, Upside gets you cash back, extra cash back on everyday purchases like gas, groceries.
Hold on.
25 cents bonus on every gallon on your first tank of gas. Okay, we got a court hearing in the David case that happened today. We have a reporter, an investigative reporter in the courtroom. Going to bring her on in a minute to talk about what happened. Now, remember where we're at. The 21-year-old romantic homicide singer, real name David Anthony Burke, David, is facing charges of first-degree murder, continuous sexual abuse of a child under 14, and unlawful mutilation of human remains, all in connection with the death of 14-year-old Celeste Rivas Hernandez, whose decomposed, dismembered body was found in a Tesla in L.A. back on September 8th of last year, a Tesla reportedly registered to David out in Texas, and prosecutors have also alleged special circumstances with respect to the murder charge. That's what gets you potentially life in prison without the possibility of parole. That's what potentially gets you the death penalty, even though there's a moratorium on executions in California. Murder of a witness, murder for financial gain, lying in wait. That he used a deadly and dangerous weapon, a sharp instrument. And the ME's office concluded that Celeste's cause of death was multiple penetrating injuries. Authorities alleging that David murdered Celeste to keep her quiet, that they were in an alleged illegal sexual relationship, her being a minor, that she was going to expose him, that she was going to ruin his career, a financially lucrative career. I did whole episodes on the potential evidence establishing where he was at in his career. They also talk about these alleged text messages the day before, the night before, where she was allegedly angry with him and going to expose him. And the allegation is that he murdered her to keep her quiet. And prosecutors claim that on April 23rd, 2025, he lured Celeste to this property in LA, Hollywood Hills, stabbed her repeatedly, watched her bleed out, and then proceeded to order supplies online to engage in the dismemberment of her body and the cover-up of this alleged crime. Chainsaws, body bag, laundry bags, inflatable pool. They claim a combination of forensic evidence, surveillance footage.
This nigga is dumb as a motherfucker, man. Swear to God, this shit is gonna be a movie one day, and this nigga's an idiot. There's no way to explain the idiotic that them ordering that shit and sending it to his house. Like, what? Who does this, dog?
Cellular data, DNA evidence, witness testimony, all ties him to these alleged crimes. So what happened in court today? For that, let me bring on somebody who was in that courtroom today. Investigative reporter Julia Deng is with us. Julia, so good to see you. Thank you so much for coming on to talk about this. Really appreciate it. I'm made of questions. I know this was a relatively short.
What the hell? She look like a llama. like a llama from a Disney movie.
Hearing, but very impactful, very important. First of all, How did David look? Let's start there.
A beautiful llama.
Not great, Jesse, as you can imagine. I mean, we've talked about how he actually requested a haircut last time. It doesn't look to me like he got that haircut. He walked in wearing this orange LA County jail uniform, kind of lighter than what I'm wearing right now. He had a white long-sleeved shirt underneath it. He did not look clean shaven. Hair looked to be a little bit longer, very curly. But he was actively paying attention. You know, he was looking from attorney to attorney as they were speaking during this very brief status conference. And he did speak this morning. This was actually my first time hearing his voice live. It was brief. He just said, "Yes, Your Honor," when the judge addressed him. And it was a question about pushing back the upcoming dates in this case. So it is still, you know, a question as to whether or not this is going to trial. And the big takeaway from this morning's status conference is that we are going
to... like she about to do a mukbang. Fuck all that. Put that mic down and show us the mukbang.
going to have to do this exercise all over again. So there's going to be another status conference June 17th. And then this preliminary hearing that we've been talking about May 26th. And as you've been reporting, Jesse, that was supposed to happen back in April. So now they've pushed that back again. That's going to be June 29th now. So David Burke was asked, you know, are you okay with that? And he...
Damn, that nigga look bummy as a motherfucker. He in there going through it, man. Hey, that's what you deserve, you fuck nigga. Hey, he in there going through it. You thought this shit was a game. See, you doing all that, the music videos, acting like you know what I mean? That money got you feeling yourself. And nigga, you went too far, bro. And then, bruh, come on, man. You did the worst possible thing. Dealing with a minor, and then you killed a minor, and you finna go to jail. Oh, man, they finna play with you, man. They finna be passing you around, taking turns with your ass.
Just said, "Yes, Your Honor," and that he was led back out.
Okay, so I have a number of questions about this. There are those who say they wouldn't be surprised that the preliminary hearing was pushed back yet again. I mean, even if you talk about what's been reported, 40 terabytes of evidence, computers, tablets, iCloud. Even in the prosecution's brief, they talk about surveillance footage and cellular data and witnesses and different trips and all these Amazon purchases. And it's a big case, and it's one that has been investigated for quite some time. At the same time, Julia.
Look at the beak on this motherfucker right here. God damn, Toucan Sam.
I'm trying to understand why this is happening, because, correct me if I'm wrong, it's the defense who's asking now to have a delay, because weren't they the ones who said Blair Burke, his attorney, was...
Look at that motherfucker, man. That is Scottie Pippen. What is that? That motherfucker got a muscle. That motherfucker flexing.
Pushing for a speedy preliminary hearing as soon as possible. And it was the idea, we're going to challenge the prosecution's evidence. We're going to challenge, because in a preliminary hearing, so everybody knows, right, the prosecution has to present, not their whole case, but sufficient evidence to establish probable cause, low standard, but say, hey, we got enough here to support these charges, to move forward towards trial. Preliminary hearing, why it's an advantage for the defense is because they can challenge that evidence. So they wanted the prosecution, hey, we want this a preliminary hearing immediately. We want to see what you got. We want to challenge it. We don't think you have a case here. We don't think he's the cause of Celeste's death. And now, and correct me if I'm wrong, are they the ones today in court saying we need a delay?
They are. That is correct. And Jesse, you're absolutely right. This boils down to evidence. So Beth Silverman, with the prosecution, she laid out how there is just voluminous evidence here. It totals, at this point, more than 40 terabytes. I mean, if you think about how much content you probably have saved on your phone, I mean, that's not even close to 1 terabyte. They have
40 terabytes is crazy.
40 in this case. So Beth said this morning during this hearing, the prosecution started uploading their evidence last Thursday. And that's part of this case. They have...
Hey, man, 40 terabytes is a lot. Listen, that gotta be, it can't just be phone footage. That's like, nigga, it gotta be music videos and all kind of shit they putting in there and incorporating. And like home security footage, all kind of shit. Cause you know how much 40 terabytes is, bro? That's a lot of shit. God damn. Look, this goddamn hard drive This is 5 terabytes right here. This a 5 terabyte hard drive. Nigga, 40 terabytes of shit. Like, I got so much shit on this motherfucker. This shit ain't even full. And that motherfucker, 40 terabytes? The fuck do you got, man?
Have to do that. Sharing that information between both sides, that's part of discovery. So Beth says the prosecution started that last Thursday. They have only uploaded at this point about 10 terabytes out of that 40. And then she went on to say, I actually wrote down this direct quote from Beth Silverman this morning, it could take them months to complete discovery with this much evidence. So now the defense is pushing back. This is very much part of their strategy. This is not surprising. You know, they would benefit from having more time just to prep their case. So they said, the defense, you know, we've requested DNA evidence. We have not gotten that yet. They also said they haven't gotten the witness narratives they were hoping for. So their argument is we need more intel to prep before this can even go to a preliminary hearing.
Meaning, brother, your ass is finna be sitting in that motherfucker for about 3 to 5 years before they ready to take your ass to trial. That's what it sound like to me. Nigga, like that nigga, we got a long way to go. We got 40 terabytes we got to run through, and we only at 10 right now as far as downloading 10. We still got to run through that shit. Then we got to run through that. 30 more. Nigga, this shit gonna take some time. Yeah, this trial probably ain't gonna start for about 2-3 years, man. Yep. This is a sick one right here. But I mean, damn, man, what the fuck? What? Like, all right. I don't know, man. I'm still confused by 40 terabytes. What the fuck do you got 40 terabytes of?
But the prosecution, of course, also not surprising. They're pushing back as well. They're saying, you know, is this going to be a real thing? Is June 29th going to be, they called it a go date? Or are we going to have to go through this again? Push it back again? The judge was very stern about that. She said, you know, we have to be clear. If we're setting the date for June 29th this time, if this is going to be pushed back again, a fourth time now, you know, we have to get that motion in writing. Beth Silverman says this kind of thing can go on. She's, you know, in her experience, had this kind of thing go back and forth and be delayed for years. The judge saying this morning, she promises this is not going to go on for years. So I think June 17th is going to be a sure thing for this new status conference, and then June 29th.
Well, here's what's tricky about it. It's prosecutors, seemingly, even though there was reports of multiple grand juries, and grand jury could be a way you get an official indictment. Defense doesn't have a role in it. It's a secret proceeding. You get an indictment, you move forward. If you don't go a grand jury route, and clearly there hasn't been a grand jury indictment, even though there have been reportedly grand juries impaneled to hear evidence in this case, now you have a preliminary hearing. And
what is he doing right here? Just give me my money. Y'all remember that? Just give me my money.
100%. This is where it gets complicated because the defense has an opportunity to challenge the evidence. It can get pushed back and pushed back and pushed back and delayed. And just from a point of law, I'll tell everybody, you know, that's a concern for the prosecution, right? They believe that David committed these alleged crimes. They want justice as soon as possible. They don't want to keep pushing this case along. Evidence can get stale. Witness testimony could be upended. So it's in their interest, too, to have this preliminary hearing sooner rather than later. And by the way, when you mention DNA evidence, you go back to the prosecution's
brother, it's obvious he did the shit. I don't even know. What are we questioning at this point? It's obvious as fuck he did the shit.
It says DNA evidence developed from blood stains collected from defendant's garage, which matched the victim's genetic profile. So that was interesting. By the way, you mentioned witnesses. Do we have any idea, was it revealed today, any idea who these potential witnesses are?
We don't. That is one of those outstanding questions, and I think, Jesse, you actually did an entire podcast segment dedicated to this question. We don't, and it's...
A puncast? Did she say a puncast? I like that. I gotta run with that. Puncast.
Sounds like part of the defense's strategy to just stall here and buy themselves a little bit more time to prepare during this pretrial period is citing the fact that they don't have any kind of narrative relating to witnesses. They don't know who the possible witnesses might be who could be called for this case, and they don't have DNA evidence. They say they've requested. But let me tell you what the prosecution did share. They say they have already shared lab reports, they have shared LAPD reports, and they've shared, again, about 10 terabytes of evidence. So if it really is 40 terabytes, that's about 25% here. And I don't know what kind of server they're uploading this to, but again, they started doing this last Thursday. So open-ended question here as to how much longer that's going to take.
Why do all newscasters sound the same? Like, why do all the anchors, they all talk the same? Even the black dudes sound like the white man. The Asian lady, Hispanic lady sounds like the white lady. Why do they all got the same voice? What is it about that? Why can't nobody just talk regular? I think we at the point in life where we cool with people just talking regular on camera. They all got that specific same sounding voice. Like, nigga, that shit only caters to old people, cuz. Talk regular, bruh.
But talking to media crews out here, we've all been speculating, there's likely a lot of video content in that 40 terabyte dump. That's typically what takes up the most space. So we already know some of that video involving Celeste and David and their alleged relationship that will not be played for the jury if this eventually does go to trial.
I'm so glad you mentioned that, because as we're understanding what this is, I remember in one of the initial hearings, the prosecution said they found a large volume of alleged
Bruh, nigga said she looked like an Asian worm. Look like the Asian worm. Shout out my nigga Worm, man.
Child pornography on David's devices. Now, they didn't confirm that was 100% Celeste, but let's remember he is charged with a sex crime with respect to her. This alleged illegal sexual relationship is not only its own individual crime, but it goes to the murder charge. It goes to the special circumstances, because if they can prove he was having this relationship with her, didn't want it exposed, wanted to keep her quiet, she was threatening.
They definitely gonna prove that.
That goes into it. And of course, I mean, there's other digital data, there's cell phone data, there's surveillance footage. By the way, just taking a quick step back, since you're our eyes and ears there, was it a packed courtroom? Like, who else was there? Was there anybody in support of David? Was Nathan Hochman there, the Los Angeles County District Attorney? Who was in that courtroom today?
It was largely media this morning. We did look around in the hallway before we even got into the status conference to see if perhaps he had any supporters. I know last time, during his last court date, David did have at least 2 friends, 2 supporters with him. There was no family present this morning, nobody for either David or Celeste. I think it was just the defendant.
Damn, ain't nobody coming to see you, Otis. Niggas ain't coming to see you, nigga. You done killed this little girl. This family ain't showing up for that shit. They like, you dumb motherfucker. Like, what the fuck we look like showing up to every time you go to court, nigga? You did it, nigga. Weirdo. Like, boy, you know you gonna get dragged. If you an artist and you show up on his side to defend him, you're going to get dragged, nigga. You cannot show up for this situation.
With his uncut hair, his orange jumpsuit, and then defense attorneys. So it was largely media in the back 2 rows in this courtroom, prosecution, defense, and it went by very quickly. They started within 5 minutes of 8:30, the scheduled start time, very clear on directions, no cameras, no cell phones, and it wrapped up within about 10 to 15 minutes.
And by the way, what was his interaction like with his defense attorneys? I saw a report, I think, could be wrong, but you'll correct me if I'm wrong. Did he wink at his defense attorney at one point? What was that interaction like?
This is a fascinating human, Jesse. If I ever have an opportunity to interview David, I've got questions for this man. He seemed incredibly comfortable sitting there. I think he was resting his elbows on the table at one point. I mentioned earlier he was listening actively to the back and forth between prosecution and defense. He was looking from attorney to attorney. At one point, I think I saw him nodding along. You know, he made eye contact with the judge. He spoke once when he was asked if June 29th would be a go date, a good rescheduled preliminary hearing date for him. He just said, yes, Your Honor. He spoke clearly. He did not seem shaken. He did not seem like a defendant being charged with first-degree murder. And that's not it. I mean, we're calling this a murder case, but there are 2 additional charges on top of that, including continuous sexual abuse of a child under 14. And
hey, do y'all think this nigga David gonna off himself or attempt to off himself while he's in jail? Do he give y'all that vibe of somebody who would probably like, I can't do it, man. This is this is too much. I fucked up. He probably thought he was gonna be like a martyr. He probably thought people was gonna praise him. You know what I mean? It was on point with his storyline. You know how these motherfuckers, these sickos in the head, the serial killers, like back in the day, they thought like they were gonna be like martyrs. When this story comes out, when everybody knows it's me, I will be praised. And in a way, they kind of do when you give them a movie or a series on Netflix. It's kind of like you are championing them niggas, even though you're just trying to tell their story, but you're highlighting them niggas. And I think he might be one of the motherfuckers that probably just on some sick shit. Like, people will talk about me for the ages. Not in the right light, though, but I don't know, man. He's a weirdo, so you never know how these weirdos think. Only weirdos know how weirdos think. So if you're watching this and you're a weirdo, tell us what y'all think, that I'll mess with you.
And it's not just murder, it's mutilation of that murder victim's corpse. And I know we haven't delved into this yet today because we don't yet know if the DA is going to ultimately pursue the death penalty, but that's an option in this case because of the special circumstances on top of that murder charge. And I believe, Jesse, in the state of California, you only need one special circumstance to be eligible for the death penalty. In this case, it's not 1, it's not 2, it is 3.
And look, there is a moratorium on executions in California, but that's even besides the point. I mean, this goes to this whole idea of if they decide to go that way, it would, you know, prolong the trial, would make it a little bit more complex. But you're talking about the ultimate punishment. Not surprising when you talk about this crime. Yes, he's innocent until proven guilty, 100%, but you were talking about the brutal slaying of a 14-year-old girl who was dismembered and also allegedly sexually abused. It's a really, really horrific crime. By the way, I have a couple minutes with you, Juliet. You've been following this case, I believe, from the beginning. You've been following it for quite some time. As you're in that courtroom and you're listening carefully to the discussions that's happening between the attorneys and the judge, what is your biggest questions that you want answered right now? What are you looking out for in terms of the evidence? I mean, thank you for talking about the episode we did on the witnesses. I think that's a crucial discussion, whether or not it's going to be somebody like Neo Langston, or it's going to be David's family, or it's going to be the Riverside County Sheriff's deputies, or it's going to be the medical examiner or members of the medical examiner's department. I mean, you tell me what you're looking out for, what you're keeping an eye to. And
do y'all think any of his streamer friends, y'all could go watch the reaction we did the other day with his streamer homies. Do y'all think any of his streamer homies is going to show up in defense and take the stand, or somebody, because you got to remember, they said the body was in the house while the streamers was there on the live stream. You can hear them saying, why does the house smell like that? And he's covering up saying some other shit, but the body was stinking in the house while they were doing a stream. And they were sitting up in that motherfucker. They probably, hey, we want to know, what did you see? What did you notice? Come on.
An ear and an eye to as you're in court for these hearings.
Number one question, Jesse, is what you've been covering extensively. Who are the witnesses going to be? What is their testimony going to entail? I think another big question is relating to some of the more definitive language we've seen in the charging documents. How do prosecutors know, for example, that David stood by and watched Celeste bleed out? My big question is, was there some kind of home surveillance video that captured this? I mean, that wouldn't be out of the question. Many people have cameras in their homes. David was also an individual who was very comfortable around cameras. I mean, he was constantly live streaming, snapping things, recording things. Could there be footage actually showing that act? And then I also want to point out, the wording of what defense attorneys have said. They're denying the charges. David has entered a not guilty plea on all of these counts. But they're saying that he was not the cause of her death.
Interesting. So if he's saying he's not the cause and she was stabbed twice, who was the cause? And then why did you cut the body up? Make that make sense, man. Who was the cause? Is there a missing player we don't know about?
Raises the question, who was? Could there be somebody else involved? Could somebody else be charged? When I was waiting to get into the courtroom this morning, I was talking to a couple other journalists covering this case. That's what we're all wondering at this point. Who else may have helped? Who else could have been involved? And what additional cases, what additional charges and defendants could we see coming out of this? I think this is just the tip of the iceberg. I think this defendant is going to be one of several as Celeste and her family and her community fight for justice.
I'm so glad you mentioned this because it raises a number of different questions. I've talked about it multiple times about, is it possible a 20-year-old singer, the allegations are true, killed this 14-year-old, took steps to dismember her body, and ultimately did it, took that alleged trip to Santa Barbara to hide evidence? Sure. But is it also possible he may have had some help? I asked Nathan Hochman about this on my News Nation show, and he wouldn't obviously confirm one way or another whether they're looking into any other people, there are going to be any other arrests.
Do y'all think he had help? My thing was this. The only thing that makes me say possibly, I for sure think he did it. Now, the only thing that makes me say possibly, they said he ordered 2 chainsaws. Why do you need 2 chainsaws? You know what I'm saying? Why do you need 2 chainsaws? Why not just get 1? Why do you need 2? Unless you're a professional that know I need this type of chainsaw and this type of chainsaw. But who the fuck knows about chainsaws? Who the fuck knows about chainsaws, man, that cut up bodies? Nigga, you an average motherfucker, you just gonna get 1. An average nigga just gonna order 1 chainsaw. I'm not buying 2. So that's what makes me question, was there a second party? Did somebody come and help and help cut the body up? You gotta be a sick nigga to come help cut the body up. That's crazy. You know how much of a down-ass homie you gotta be to help cut a body up of a little minor? You got to be a sick nigga in the head. Hey, man, can you come over here and help me cut? All right, I'm on the way, my boy. What?
But it also goes to the idea of other charges. If there's child pornography allegedly on his devices, or you're talking about a minor who was allegedly brought across state lines and there's sexual activity, is there sex trafficking? I did an episode on that too. But you also talk about the cause of death. And I think that one of the complicating factors here is her body was in that Tesla for quite some time, decomposed, dismembered. How exactly, I mean, will the defense bring their own forensic pathologist to try to push back and say, how do you know definitively it was multiple sharp force injuries? Is there something else that might have contributed to this? Do you have evidence of maybe the cleanup and the dismemberment, but not necessarily the murder? And going back to that other point about, how they know she bled out, I'm split on this. I interviewed Joseph Scott Morgan, and he basically said he believes there could be a witness to this. He also talked about the surveillance footage. It's also possible they're just making an assumption based on, they look at the cell phone data and they say, well, this is when she arrived, right, by the ride share. This is when her phone activity stopped. This is when David allegedly sent a text message to her 20 minutes later to maybe cover up his tracks, maybe create an alibi. And that's why they believe that he stabbed her or allegedly stabbed her and just watched her bleed out, because there was no calls to 911 or emergency services. So they might be making a guess here. I have to ask you one more part about this. You're in LA. I'm not in LA. You're in LA. There has been so much discussion about the coordination, the cooperation between the ME's office, the LAPD, the Los Angeles County District Attorney's Office. As somebody who covers these stories and somebody who's in LA, whether it's this case or other cases, is there disagreement amongst these different organizations? Are they usually in lockstep? Because there's been so many questions about why there's been a delay and why there's information that's been sealed. No mention of pregnancy in the prosecution's brief.
Right.
And yet the medical examiner now had to change the update to it's not known if she was pregnant. I think they did that for other reasons. But I'm just curious, in your experience.
That makes it even crazier if that's the situation. They did say it's a possibility. But if you cut her up knowing she was pregnant, like, that's even crazier. I think we all agree here, 100%, right? That we all agree David 100% did the shit. But do y'all think, let me know, do y'all think there was a second person as well? Not maybe, do y'all think, okay, let me ask this question. Do y'all think it was a second person that actually did the stabbing? Or was it a second person that was there and witnessed it and then helped them? Or do y'all think it was somebody who was called after it was done and came to assist? 3 different options. Let me know.
What should we be thinking about? And to be clear, when I interviewed Nathan Hochman, he said they're completely lockstep. There's no surprises. They're in it together. They know what they're doing. But I'm just curious your perspective.
There is so much to unpack here. There are so many questions, Jesse, about the coordination and the timing. And I think the biggest thing that happened in this case that we don't typically see with charges of this magnitude, I mean, the LAPD made the arrest on, what was it, April 16th? And it wasn't until April 20th that charges were filed. So that alone raises questions about the coordination. Why were charges not filed first? Did LAPD do that because they were trying to force the DA's hand? And if so, what was the holdup? What was taking them so long to investigate when it seems to all of us like they already had overwhelming evidence? They had probable cause here. So a lot of questions. You know, I don't want to give rise to any additional conspiracy theories. I think everybody on the internet is buzzing about all of this already, but just the facts of the case here. Arrest on April 16th, charges not filed until days later, and then now information being changed. I think that part about Celeste not being pregnant and then that not being able to be definitively determined, that may have something to do with this state of decomposition. But that is one of the questions that I think you've debunked on this podcast. There does not appear to be any definitive evidence pointing to the fact that Celeste was pregnant. If that does emerge at some point, that for sure is going to add additional charges onto what is already a stunning and an incredibly disturbing case against David.
Right. Yeah, and just the final point before we wrap up, I'll say if prosecutors knew that she was pregnant, they would have 100% have included that. I mean, what better way to establish an alleged illegal sexual relationship to show he needed to allegedly keep her quiet, take the allegations are true. I mean, proof of pregnancy, they would definitely put that in there. Now, I will say, it seems to me, yes, because of the decomposition. Perhaps they can't definitively say that. And I think also they have to put unknown, considering the prosecutors say there were text messages about pregnancy and Plan B and things like that.
Yeah, that's what I was going to say. They could prove everything else via text. I'm sure she told somebody. I'm sure if she was pregnant, I'm sure she would tell somebody. This is a kid we're talking about. She's going to be, nigga, scared out of her fucking mind, nigga. 14, 13 years old being pregnant. She's going to tell somebody via text or somebody on a Discord or something. You know how they communicate, Discord and all that type of shit. But rest in peace, Celeste, man. It's a sad situation. If that is the case, oh, man. If you killed, and on top of that she was pregnant, oh, they're going to crucify you, brother. They're going to crucify you regardless, but they're going to crucify the fuck out of you if she was pregnant.
I think the investigative portion of that is what led to it. Julia, thank you so much for taking the time. I really, really appreciate it. I would love for you to come back when we have the next hearing now in June, see what happens. But Julia Dang, thank you so much for taking the time. Great reporting.
All right, man. There you have it. That is the latest update. So I guess the next one will be, going back to court in June. Let's see what happens. What's going on? Let me know your thoughts on this situation, man. How do y'all see this playing out? How long do y'all see this trial going? Do y'all think there is a possibility that he might walk away? And what would that, that would go, man, that would be crazy. That would be crazy. If he was to walk away and get not guilty from this, I don't know how. Because, nigga, right now, there's no other suspects in our minds that has been spoke on. All signs lead to David. 100%. I don't see him beating this at all. And how do y'all think? Well, let's just wait. Let's wait till the next one to ask that question because it's too soon. But I definitely, do y'all think they're going to do the death penalty on his ass? That's what I want to know. Do y'all think they're going to actually do the death penalty on him? But let me know what y'all think. I'm going to give y'all 2 seconds to smash the like. And as always, get ready for the next reaction. All right. Hold on. Let's see what we got. How much time we got left? 9:20. We got about 30 minutes. Let me see. What can I get off real quick? Hold on. What is this? This is 19 minutes. We could get a long crime one off real quick. Matter of fact, hold on. Let's try this. I want to see this YouTube coat. Let's see what's going on with this YouTube coat. You feel me? Shout out to the greens and shout out to the grays, man. It's going up right now. The poll is live. Who goes harder, nigga? The green side or the gray side of the Taser gang? And right now it's neck and neck. God damn. Neck and neck. Damn. It's 50-50, literally. So that's kind of saying y'all both go hard. 50-50? Damn. Okay. Shout out, man. Hey, shout out to everybody up in this thing, man. Blackout 6919, what's going on with you, big dog? First Lady Kia, what's happening? Iceberg, what's the deal, man? MJG. Oh, my boy Papa E said he dropped something up in the motherfucking Discord. I saw that. Matter of fact, let me see the super chats real quick. Let me make sure. I didn't even read nothing today, so let me see what's going on in the super chats. One time. Class Act Y. He said $10 cups. Golly. All Pro 15. Thank you for becoming a member. Class Act Y. He said, Pun, here's 20 for the grays. Gift them memberships because Apple devices won't let you. Damn, Apple won't let y'all gift? I didn't know that. What the fuck? Hey, Apple, get that together, man. You over here, you blocking. Let's see. Najee Rabbit. Welcome to the, okay, Najee Rabbit, thank you for becoming a member. Class Act Y with another 20. He said, here's 20 more. Gift them grays. Gift them gay grays. Damn. The gay grays? Are we witnessing the start of a beef between the grays and the greens? Nah, we got to stick together, y'all. We got to be as one. We can't beef. But I feel like it's brewing, the greens and the grays. The beef is brewing, but we don't need no beef, y'all. We all one. Taser gang. Niggas is beefing, cuz. Niggas love the beef, cuz. Niggas will beef over the smallest shit. Just because I'm not green, I'm beefing. Just because y'all great. Well, that is gangbanging. We beef over colors. Yeah. Niggas love the beef, man. Class Act. He said another $10. He said for the grays. At least he's sending y'all money. Papa E. I just dropped that beef and broccoli. Let's see what my boy Papa E got going. Beef and broccoli, y'all. Beef and broccoli. Yeah, make sure y'all join the Discord, man. Join the Discord. If you don't know, if you're sleeping under a rock, or if you're new here, you know what I'm saying? We got a lot of motherfuckers that's been subbing up. Shout out to y'all. Shout out to all the new members. Shout out to everybody representing this Taser Gang shit. But if you are a new member and you don't know how to join the Discord, here's how. You got a video you want me to react to? Join the Ace Pit Discord right now. Scan the QR code on the screen, hit the entertainment tab, click reactions, and drop it in. Super easy. Submit today. All right, so just scan that. Boom. It's going to bring you here. Sign in, log in, and then everything is self-explanatory on the left. You feel me? But right here, you want to go to Meal of the Day. Meal of the Day if you want to see what Papa E got cooking. My boy Papa E, if you smell what Papa E is cooking. Let's see what Papa E got going, man. He said beef and broccoli, man. Meal of the day, Papa E's beef and broccoli.
And there you go. Beef and broccoli. Let that simmer for a minute. It's over with, folks.
How y'all feel about it? How y'all feel? We got to run it back one more time.
And there you go. Beef and broccoli. Let that simmer for a minute. It's over with, folks.
All right. Y'all fucking with that? That's Papa E's meal of the day, man. Meal of the day. Make sure y'all check that. Make sure y'all check that out, man. All right. Cool. All right, cool. Let's see if we get this last Taser gang, this last coat one in real quick before we get up out of here. This will be the last one of the day because I have to go do Shame on You. Hold on, let's see. All right. Here we go, y'all. Let's see, man. It's going to be one of them ones. Boom. All right, here we go. Let's see what coat this is on YouTube. All right, y'all. We back with another reaction right here on ABP Reactions. And right now, a disturbing coat is still hiding in plain sight right here on YouTube today. Let's find out all about it.
Leonardo da Vinci, I see him. I see him also. Hi.
Oh, you're joining a cult? Well, yeah, but it's the cult I want to be part of. This cult's awesome.
I think these kinds of classes help a lot of people, and there's not usually anything wrong with them, but unfortunately this one happens to be a full-fledged cult.
Millions of people have stumbled across these YouTube channels searching for peace, purpose, or a way out of pain. But what they got sucked into is much darker. One cult claimed that a pill could turn people into gods. Another group bowed and kissed their leader's feet. And one case got so disturbing that viewers launched a real-life rescue mission to save someone they'd never met. These are disturbing cults still hiding on YouTube today. As usual, the goal, guys, is 2.5 million subscribers by the end of 2026. It is crazy, so it would mean the world if you subscribe, and I will do my very best to put out the best videos I possibly can for you. I'm Visual Venture and you are awesome. The Trinfinity Academy. There's a YouTube video titled "A Cult Leader Claims He Can Change the Weather." It talks about a man named Bentinho Massaro. He was accused of turning a YouTube channel into a cult. Things became more serious when one of his followers lost their life. Police even reviewed Bentinho's spiritual teachings during their investigation. Here's how it unfolded. When Bentinho was 18, he traveled to India to study yoga and meditation. While he was there, he claimed he had a spiritual awakening. Years later, he created a YouTube channel to share his spiritual insights. He said his content was for people who wanted to know themselves at the deepest possible level and live a life of true fulfillment. He spoke directly to the camera and explained his spiritual ideas. But
Bro, that shit stay working on people using that whole spiritual God stuff. People always fall for that shit. And this nigga is running a bag. People be really running a bag up off that shit too. I wonder how much money he made from this shit.
some of his claims stood out. For example, he once said he could control the weather with his mind.
Altering the weather is one fun, usually innocent example of how we can begin to explore some of that capacity. I've had, I'd say, over 95% success with this one in particular.
Not everyone understood his teachings, but still felt compelled to
controlling the weather is crazy. That's going too far. Controlling the weather, my nigga. You gotta be a dumbass, just an ignorant motherfucker to believe that this nigga can control the weather with his mind. Ain't no fucking way.
Keep following him.
I couldn't understand a word he was saying. I just had a feeling to just go deeper, just keep going.
Bentinho's channel reached 150,000 subscribers. As his audience grew, he created more material. Bentinho launched the Trinfinity Academy. It was an online school that taught his philosophy in more detail. Thousands signed up. At its peak, Trinfinity Academy was allegedly bringing in $60,000 per month from member subscriptions alone. Bentinho also hosted retreats where followers could meet him in person. They were often full.
In fact, it's about giving up everything you have for the sake of the vision.
Bentinho was very influential, but his next move is what made people label him a cult leader. In late 2016, Bentinho made an announcement. He wanted to buy a large piece of land and build a city in Sedona, Arizona. It would be an enlightened society where his followers could live together. To begin, he moved into a house in Sedona. Some of his followers joined him, but Bentinho...
Ain't no fucking way. Ain't no, who the fuck falls for this shit, man? What? So you meet a nigga on YouTube, the nigga tells you, hey, I went here, had a spiritual blessing, and now, nigga, I can make the weather motherfucking change. Nigga, look, go look outside. It's raining, that's because of me. Tomorrow the sun is gonna be out, that's because of me. And you believe that shit. Hey, yeah, you believe it? Just pay me this much a month. And then we're gonna all come together and we're gonna move to Arizona. Stop what you're doing, move from where you live now, and come live with me in Arizona, and we're gonna buy land and start our own city. And you actually do it. All off a nigga you met on YouTube. God damn. What the fuck? That is some mind control.
Required absolute loyalty. Some followers signed NDAs for $100,000 or more. That meant they could not speak out without serious consequences. In Sedona, the group began sharing its message. Everything was going well, but things were about to spiral out of control. A wave of scandals and controversies was coming, and it would get so messy that Bentinho would be investigated by the police. In late 2017, a reporter joined Bentinho's group for a month. She was conducting an undercover investigation. She observed their daily life, documenting everything she saw and heard. Then she published a blog titled Inside the Sedona Cult of Bentinho Massaro. It painted a disturbing picture. She called the group a legitimately dangerous, real-life 21st century cult. She also made other serious claims. She said Bentinho acted inappropriately with female members. She revealed that followers were put on extreme fasts. Some went days with nothing but grape juice. But Bentinho said it had to be done.
He claimed that as their bodies became lighter, their density would decrease, which meant they could enter into enlightened areas.
She also described how their sleep was controlled.
He thought they should break up their sleep into shorter time periods. So not only were they failing to eat well, they were failing to sleep properly.
How? How, man? How? Fucking somebody explain this shit to me, man. How the fuck this nigga just got that much control over you, bro? He's telling you, hey, you can't eat, my nigga. You can only drink grape juice for 3 days. And you out there doing that shit. Yes, sir. Whatever you say, sir. What? You know what? Bruh, if you want to be a scammer right now, y'all, I'm going to tell you the easy way. As we've seen in all these goddamn reactions, figure out a way to wiggle in the church. Because that's where all the biggest scammers reside, man. In the church house. Or all the biggest scammers who get real money. See, y'all see like them little scammers who use people and like they get caught doing like the SSI shit and stealing from child support. They only get like $1 million. People who do the church shit, they be getting like 60 million, 100 million. They be milking these motherfuckers, man. They be milking their faith. Milking faith is the new hustle. Not saying y'all should do that. I don't know why I said it like that. Y'all shouldn't do that.
Thousands read it, but the bad press didn't stop Bentinho. Soon after, he hosted a retreat called the Sedona Experiment 2. Over 150 people attended. They came to listen and ask questions. Attendees brought up the accusations from the article, including claims that the group was a cult. Surprisingly, Bentinho did not deny it.
During this questioning, he says, quote, like, okay, great, yeah, we're a cult. It doesn't change what we are. If you want to call that a cult, go ahead.
Eventually, he accepted the cult label by redefining it.
I don't really have a definition of cult, but you could break it down as curious and unconditionally loving tribe. CULT.
The attendees accepted his explanation. The retreat was going smoothly. However, it would end in tragedy. One attendee named Brent Wilkins left the retreat early. Brent was one of the most devoted members. After he left, no one saw him alive again. A few days later, Brent was found lifeless at the bottom of a cliff. Police identified him using his tag from the event. It was unclear what happened, so the police opened an investigation. As part of the research, officers reviewed footage from the cult. They found clips of Bentinho making alarming comments about life. Some of these teachings could push people in a dangerous direction. Police wondered if these ideas played a role in what happened to Brent. So investigators questioned Bentinho about the clips, but he denied any responsibility. Bentinho said he was exaggerating for effect and wasn't serious. Brent's parents saw it differently. They blamed Bentinho's extreme teachings for what happened to their son. No charges were filed against Bentinho, but the incident, along with the article, brought negative publicity. Soon after, Bentinho transferred transferred his operations out of Sedona. Reports say he moved out of the United States and returned to Holland. For a while, things were quiet, but the story was not over. In February 2022, another scandal surfaced. 3 high-ranking members left the group. They each posted statements on Instagram sharing how they became followers and finally broke free. And they accused Bentinho of mistreating followers. By speaking out, they broke their NDAs.
Oh shit, they all started podcasts. Ain't that about a bitch? Now that's a podcast. No, I wouldn't listen to that shit, because why the fuck would I listen to your dumb ass?
But they didn't care. They wanted the world to know what happened inside the group. Despite all the bad press, the cult is still operating. Bentinho continues to share teachings via social media, and his Trinfinity Academy website is still live as of today.
This nigga look like Homelander, bruh. That's what he remind me of. This nigga like Homelander. He acting like he a good motherfucker and taking advantage of these people, man. He wants to be God. He wants to be looked at as God. That's crazy.
Offering courses to people looking for meaning. The person in her next chapter believed she was sent to Earth by aliens, and somehow people believed her. Unicult. Unicult is a YouTube channel with nearly 3,000 subscribers, but it's no accident that they have the word cult in their name. The channel is linked to an unsettling group also called Unicult. They claim to be the religion of the future, and once you hear what they believe, it becomes hard to ignore. On their website, the group says they are dedicated to the promotion of joy. In interviews, they describe themselves as a communal framework for promoting joy. They repeat the word joy again and again, but that message of joy came from a dark past. The founder, Nicole, grew up in a small town in Colorado. In college, she struggled with deep emotional issues. It was overwhelming. So Nicole says she changed the way she viewed life.
I don't think got a such thing as a sex cult. No. We got to find a sex cult video. Because I know some of you sick motherfuckers would join a sex cult. Yeah, you would be easily persuaded to join. All it takes is like 40 bad bitches. 40 bad Kim Kardashian looking bitches that's saying, come to me. You would drop everything you got going and go over there, would you? A sex cult. That's some sick shit. Y'all just fuck all day, every day. Bad bitches, different bad bitches. Ladies fuck. Oh, nigga, that's crazy. Babies everywhere. No, I watched the one shit on Netflix about the cult leader. It just came out like a couple months ago. And he basically told every woman that was a wife, and basically told the husband and the wife, y'all can no longer engage in affection. He said they can't hug, they can't kiss, they can't do nothing, right? Because all these couples believe this guy was the next coming, the next Messiah. So they was listening to him. And you know what his snake ass did? This nigga ended up taking everybody's wife and made them become his wife. And they actually left their husbands. All the wives, first they went from not hugging or kissing them, and then the next stage was to come be his wife. And they all went to be his wife and took their kids and everything. I said, oh, that's a sick nigga, bro. He got y'all niggas to fucking get divorces and come be his wife.
The way I feel. All the social narratives and conventions, they weren't serving me and they weren't making me happy. And not only that, but they weren't ever going to.
Nicole stopped following societal norms, so she started going by the name Unicole Unicron. She also claimed that she was an alien consciousness born into a human body.
Unicole is something called a starseed, placed here on Earth by a group of space beings called Arcturians in order to empower others to find joy.
That's when she founded Unicult in 2012. She shared her ideas on YouTube, and today the Unicult channel has nearly 1,000 videos.
Hello, beloveds. Thank you for joining me for Cam Church. My name is Unicole Unicron. It is my honor to have your attention.
The videos explain various spiritual concepts. One of Unicult's core beliefs is belief makes real. This means if you believe something hard enough, it becomes your reality. The message resonated with many viewers, but joining Unicult required more than belief. There was a
meth heads. They require meth. What did it require?
Process. At one point, joining involved filling out a paper application you buy for $11.11 on Etsy. And according to reports from Vice, some members provided a drop of their blood for an initiation contract. Those.
All right, man. See, this is shit. What? So wait, you become a member for $11 on Etsy, and then, bitch, I'm gonna send you a ticket, and you got to send me a swab of your blood back. And you actually fall for this shit. This is crazy.
who did this joined a private inner circle. They were promised access to secret knowledge. It's unclear how many members Unicult has, but the ones who speak publicly seem satisfied.
I've always felt like I've never really belonged to any...
Oh, hell no. Hell the fuck. You is the last person I expected to see.
Hell no.
Not a motherfucking sister. You are not like us. What the fuck are you doing over there? Who raised you? How the fuck did you get caught up in all this goddamn mayonnaise activity? What is you doing?
Certain group or really related to many people. Being in this space, it's truly a blessing.
When asked which type of people join Unicult, the founder put it this way: the outcasts are generally the people who end up in Unicult because society doesn't look after them, so they're more ready to change the world. No one is rejected. On the surface, Unicult looks welcoming and positive, but not everyone sees it that way. Unicult openly seems to call itself a cult based on their name, and many people feel uncomfortable about this. But Unicol Unicron had a specific reason for using that term.
It's a barrier to entry. People who say, oh, I'm not going to join a cult. Cults are bad. And they don't think deeper about it, they aren't ready for Unicult.
In other words, if the name scared you away, you were not meant to join. Unicol Unicron proudly calls herself a pop star cult leader, but many people clearly go against some of her claims, including the idea that she was an alien sent to Earth to spread joy. The criticism continued for years. Then in 2018, Unicult did something that made headlines for all the wrong reasons. They tried to launch a creepy project involving robots. Unicult launched a crowdfunding campaign called Eve's Robot Dreams. They wanted to build what they call the first consent-focused robot brothel in the world.
Wait. See, this is what I was saying. Okay, so this cult right here, definitely, these niggas is acid-driven motherfuckers. You can tell these people get so high and come up with the craziest ideas. So you want to start a brothel full of sex robots.
Oh, hell no, man. What the fuck, man?
I got it, guys. Let's start a brothel with sex robots. That's some high shit. No sober niggas coming up with that. Who the fuck would, who would even go? Well, I know who would go to that. But a brothel full of sex robots is crazy.
Customers would spend 30 minutes talking to a robot. Only after that could anything else happen. The idea was that the robot had to give consent before intimacy was taken further. Unicult tried to raise $155,000, but the crowdfunding failed. It raised less than $3,000. That was only about 1% of the target. The project never happened. Still, the story went viral. News outlets picked it up, and their report seemed to mock the group. However, Unicult ignored the backlash. This controversy became old news. And to this day, Unicult is still operating. Some members of this next group lost their lives, and the victims' families blame its leader. Actualize.org. This so-called cult believes an illegal substance is one of the fastest ways to experience God. And outsiders say that message is putting lives at risk. But it wasn't always like this. It started as a self-improvement channel on YouTube, and the man behind it was Leo Gura. In 2012, Leo Gura started a YouTube channel.
See, now, listen, this is a real cult right here. That other shit you showing with 3,000 members, that's not a cult. I mean, 3,000 subscribers. This nigga got 1 million subscribers. That means this nigga done gathered up some motherfuckers to believe what he's talking about. So let's see what actually happened here. 1 million subscribers, a nigga that's saying he's a cult and he got to take drugs to join.
Called Actualize.org. He posted videos about confidence, positivity, and self-acceptance. He said the goal was to help people improve their lives.
I'm not telling you just to accept yourself and then do nothing. I'm telling you to accept yourself. First of all, the act of accepting yourself is a doing.
Many viewers said his videos helped them. The channel quickly hit 1 million subscribers. To connect with his audience, Leo made a website also called Actualize.org. The site had a chat room where Leo could share deeper ideas with his followers. Thousands joined, and the chat room quickly became active. Followers interacted with Leo directly. At this point, Leo was no longer just a creator. He was influencing how people thought and acted. Then his message started to change. Leo slowly introduced more radical ideas about self-improvement. He told his followers that every person is God.
You're no longer in a state of consciousness per se. You are literally God. You're in full God mode.
However, most people were not awake, and that was a problem. In his chat room, he repeated this idea of awakening.
Your awakening is incomplete. Your awakening is incomplete.
He told his followers they needed something to fully awaken, and that something was an illegal substance. In September 2016, Leo released a video where he explained that a specific substance was a shortcut to experiencing God.
Wait a minute. So he was doing all this to sell products to people? That's a cold hustle. If he's selling the drugs directly, that's a cold hustle. Let me round up 1 million motherfuckers. Then let me take over their minds and make them believe that they're gods. And then I'm going to counter it by saying, no, wait, you're not a god because you're not taking this drug yet. And here goes the drug right here. Go to my website and you can buy the drug right now for $20. He probably sold it to their dumbasses for hire, though. Let's see.
The magic pill to enlightenment and God.
He gave a brief warning about the risks, but most of the video explained why people should try it anyway.
It's just a technology. That's what it is. And the question is, does this technology work? And the only way you can know is by trying it yourself.
Leo explained how he found the substance. He said he once had health issues that doctors could not cure. He turned to alternative methods. That search led him to psychedelics, which are obviously substances that alter a person's perception of reality. Leo found what he called a magic pill. He claimed it improved his health, and more importantly, it helped him reach enlightenment.
It's higher and higher and higher and higher until finally something cracks in your brain, and then enlightenment is had.
But he didn't stop at sharing his story. He encouraged viewers to try it too. This is where people started to get concerned. The substance he was recommending was classified Schedule 1 in the US, meaning it's considered illegal and highly dangerous.
Oh, you can't buy it, you can't sell it, you can't make it, you can't even have it in your possession.
Some viewers pushed back, but Leo told critics they needed to try it before judging. Remember, Leo had thousands of people in his chat room, and he believed his ideas, and some were willing to take the risk, no matter the consequences. Multiple people reportedly tried the magic pill. For some, it did not end well.
Was he selling? How much? How much was this pill that he was selling to the people?
2018 and 2022, 3 members of Leo's community allegedly lost their lives. A relative of one victim blamed Leo's teachings. They wrote, all the spiritual jargon and ideas only hurt him and his family in the end. He was better off without it. Another story about the magic pill involved Connor Murphy. Connor was a YouTuber with millions of followers. He was also close to Leo, and Connor began using the substance. Connor uploaded videos where he seemed disconnected from reality. Leo saw what was happening and warned Connor on a live stream.
You're losing touch with consensual reality, and you're behaving in erratic ways, and it's going to cause problems.
It's unclear if Connor stopped, but his case alarmed many fans. Meanwhile, Leo's influence continued to grow. His followers stayed active in the chat room. They discussed his teachings and reinforced each other's beliefs. Leo himself posted over 65,000 times on the chat room. He became the central authority. By this point, outsiders started using a new word for Leo and his followers, a cult. They pointed out several warning signs. Some followers treated Leo's ideas as the absolute truth, and they pushed back against anyone who criticized him, and some reportedly put themselves in seriously risky situations based on his advice.
I wonder how much money did he make over the years of persuading these people to believe that they're gods and they're all part of this crew and cult of his. 1 million people? He got 1 million followers, 1 million subscribers. I wonder how much money did he accumulate from these people in total. He probably made some M's off their ass.
YouTubers made videos calling Leo a cult leader. Still, nothing has slowed him down. Today, Leo is still active on YouTube. His forum now has over 34,000 members, and it continues to grow to this day. This next cult was so alarming that viewers tried to rescue.
I thought that shit was old. It's still going today? God damn. Oh, he getting to the chili.
One of its members, the Angelic Initiative. Some cults have hundreds of followers, but the Angelic Initiative was called a YouTube cult of 2. It was a mother and her daughter. But what made this case disturbing was not the size. It was what viewers believed was happening behind the camera. The 2 members were Lynn McGonigal and her daughter, Jamie. Lynn, the mother, was the leader. She used to work as an accountant. Then in 1990, her brother passed away. After that, she said something strange happened.
So 3 weeks after he died, I was taking the junk mail to put it in the recycle bin in the laundry. Looked out the window and he was standing outside the window.
She claimed her brother's ghost visited her at home. For that moment, Lynn believed she could communicate with the deceased. Over time, Lynn claimed more supernatural experiences. She spoke about guardian angels and spirit guides. She said she could help people come into alignment with their soul's life purpose. By 2012, she brought these ideas to YouTube. She created a series called the Angelic Initiative. In every video, Lynn appeared with her daughter, Jamie.
The time for hobbies was so long ago. That time has come and gone.
They sat side by side in lawn chairs with their arms raised above their heads. They believed they were channeling angels and other spiritual beings.
So what we do is hold the energy portal, stretch it through the clouds.
Over time, the
Shut the fuck up, man. Who the fuck? All right, can I ask y'all a question? All this shit we've been watching right here, all these different coats and all that, none of that shit has ever in my fucking life ran across my algorithm in YouTube. Has this shit ever crossed your algorithm? This type of content with like these cult leaders and people doing crazy shit and just trying to preach his messages to y'all? How the fuck do that even get in your algorithm? Like, what are you watching so that this shit joins your algorithm? And then how do you fall for that once you find it? You start watching it, and the next thing you know, you're selling your fucking house and moving to Arizona to live in a goddamn duplex with 40 people? Like, how?
Their daughter channel uploaded over 1,400 videos. Then viewers started noticing problems. Some of Lynn's teachings felt unsettling.
We don't need any more humans. It is not okay for women to have babies and stop contributing to the process.
But the biggest concern was Jamie, the daughter. Viewers felt Lynn had too much influence over her. Instead of living her own life, Jamie was always beside her mother in videos. And she kept agreeing with everything, often repeating the statement, "That's true."
They don't want to ask the right questions, so they ask wrong questions and therefore get crazy answers. That's true.
Other times, she simply repeated what her mom said.
Leonardo da Vinci. Leonardo da Vinci, I see him. I see him also. Hi.
Man, shut the fuck up.
Oh, hell no, man.
Shut the fuck up. Leonardo da Vinci, me too. I see him too. Man, shut the fuck up. This is really, hey, listen, man. Y'all know, man. This is white people activities, man. This is not some shit we do. This is not some shit we be on the internet doing. Like, what? Stretch it out. Stretch out the energy. Just stretch out the energy. And motherfuckers are sitting there watching this shit, just like, okay, like, leaving comments, joining. Hey, how can I be down with y'all coat? Niggas at home bored. You gotta be bored as a motherfucker at the house.
Viewers later found her old social media account. She used to joke around and talk about TV shows. Now, many viewers felt she was a shell of her former self. Eventually, the internet began a campaign to rescue her.
Hold on, real quick. I want everybody watching right now. Let me turn to a cult leader for a second. I want everybody watching right now to close your eyes. Close your eyes. Tell me, right now, put your hands in the air. I want you to stretch the energy out and tell me, close your eyes, keep them closed. Who do you see? Who do you see right now? I see Faison Love. No, I'm just Faison Love, nigga. Big word.
The campaign to save Jamie began in 2019. That year, Lynn and Jamie were interviewed by a popular YouTuber named Pay Money Wubby. The interview made people even more concerned for Jamie. One comment called her brainwashed. Another said Jamie's transformation is actually super depressing. And one wrote, "I do feel bad for Jamie. She was normal. Brainwashing is strong." The hashtag Save Jamie spread across the comment section. It took 3 years before any update came out. In 2022, the YouTuber who interviewed interviewed them posted on Reddit. Jamie from Angelic Initiative is no longer in contact with her mother, but Jamie still held on to some of the beliefs. She said she was still talking about angels and doing these videos on her own now. Jamie even launched Patreon. She needed the Patreon subscription fees to help support her independent life away from the Angelic Initiative. No one knows what caused the split between Jamie and her mom, Lynn. Their two-person YouTube cult is now over, but Jamie's own channel is still up today. The woman in her next chapter built a following by targeting people at their most vulnerable. The Teal Tribe. People went on YouTube searching for help with emotional issues. That's how many of them found Teal Swan's YouTube channel. From the start, she made it clear that she wasn't a...
Wait a minute. Hold on, Teal Swan. How you doing? What's going on, Teal Swan? How you doing over there? What's going on? It's my eyes for me, Teal Swan.
Regular content creator. She said she had special abilities that helped her understand people's pain.
How do I have all this information? It's because I'm extrasensory. I'm not limited to this dimension or time-space reality.
Her videos had titles like How to Heal the Emotional Body and How to Get Rid of Anxiety. These titles were not chosen by chance. Teal studied what desperate people were searching for online. Then she built her videos around those exact topics.
I specifically try to go for tags and things like that that capture that audience. When you're in a desperate state, it's not sophisticated.
The strategy worked. Her channel grew to over 2 million subscribers. But the channel became more than just videos. Teal built a community beyond YouTube. She called it the Teal Tribe. But unlike on YouTube, advice inside the Teal Tribe was not free. She sold books, courses, and retreats. A single workshop could cost as much as $5,000. But the cost...
Oh, $5,000 per person? Damn. She killing it.
Cost was not the biggest concern. The real issue was what people were being taught. At the center of the tribe's teachings was something called the completion process,
which is Teal's sort of claim to fame for being able to cure any and all childhood traumas, and especially to uncover any repressed childhood traumas.
Hold on, Duno, you're not fooling us. Duno, you're not fooling us, Pops. I see you, my boy.
You have forgotten.
Followers were told to revisit their worst childhood memories, not just to remember them, but to relive them. They were told this would lead to healing. Some of her sessions were deeply unsettling.
You make up these fanciful, horrific tales of all sorts of disgusting, disturbing things, and you do it for hours and hours.
People started calling the Teal Tribe a cult, mainly because of their strange practices and devotion to their leader. There were also rumors that some members cut ties with their families. The group became harder to ignore. And finally, a team of filmmakers stepped in to expose the truth. In 2022, The Deep End was released on Hulu. It was a documentary about what was happening inside the Teal Tribe. It showed that some followers lived with Teal on her compound.
So they actually got a Hulu. Okay, let me write that down. I might have to check that out. Hold on. The Deep End on Hulu. Pause. The Deep End on Hulu is crazy. All right, I might have to check that out. Let's see what the Teal Tribe all about. What type of sick shit she had going on?
Dedicated members were called the Inner Circle. They reportedly worked for her full time without pay.
Wow.
As the documentary continued, a pattern became clear. Teal demanded complete loyalty. Inner Circle members were expected to be available 24/7 and put Swan first above even their family. They also had to sign a contract called the non-negotiable list. This meant they agreed to follow all of her rules without question.
The priority of the entire community is whatever's in the best interests of Teal. Everything else is second to that. You can't have personal boundaries.
This control extended into their personal lives. According to the documentary, some followers were discouraged from having children. There's a clip where Teal addresses this directly.
I can't be kept awake at 3 o'clock in the morning before an interview by a screaming baby.
All the girls here are on board. We're not having kids.
The documentary sparked strong reactions. Viewers left comments like, Teal is a perfect example of someone who's been drinking too much of their own Kool-Aid for too long. And Teal is a damaged person trying to help other damaged people in disturbing and unethical ways. Despite the backlash, the Teal Tribe is still operating. Teal posts regularly on YouTube, and many people continue to appreciate her content and support her. Our next chapter is about a guru whose followers were so devoted.
Damn, dog. Look at this shit. This shit is just happening on YouTube. People are herding up tribes. And I feel like the Teal Tribe, she did the biggest. She got a Hulu documentary. She got people to pay $5,000 a person to come to this little fucking camp. She got all the women to sign agreements and complete, well, everybody, period, to put her first before their own children, before their life, and sign a contract saying you will follow everything I say, all these rules. That is wow. What are you going through in life to where somebody can get you to do something like that? To sign a contract saying, hey, I'm putting you first over everything. I just met you on YouTube, but I love your message. So I'm gonna put you first. I'm gonna sign this contract, and I'm gonna pay you $5,000 to come visit you. Damn, man, how the fuck? I think we all could do this shit, but we just don't have that scammer bone in our bodies to do it. But I think if you just get on this, because look at the people who doing it. It's not like they're fucking geniuses or something. Like, look at the unicorn lady. I don't think she's a genius. I think she just got on here and she believed it 100%. And nigga, people felt the energy who watched it and they believed it. Just get on here, and if you believe what you're saying, you're gonna fucking win. Shit. You're gonna hurt up. If you can hurt up 1,000 people to pay you $5,000, you up.
That some kissed his feet. Muji Sangha. Many people who watched this man's YouTube videos called him a living Jesus Christ, and that was the beginning of this cult. In 2007, a spiritual teacher named Muji started a YouTube channel. His videos focused on truth and self-awareness.
Tatsang means to associate with truth. With means do or more.
But people didn't just listen. They began to elevate him. Some called him God Living. His channel grew to over 800,000 subscribers. At the time, his teachings became more intense. Muji taught that the self is an illusion.
We are never, ever, ever going to agree while you are in the state of personhood. This is what is radical.
He told followers to let go of their personal identity. He encouraged them to become nobody.
Don't be anything, don't be anything, don't be nobody. Don't be anybody, don't try to be nobody. You are nobody, you are nothing.
But outsiders felt this message was risky, because once somebody lets go of their identity, they become easier to influence.
So the person trying to be nobody is a dangerous thing. Like meeting nobody people is a dangerous thing. And this is how cult leaders will abuse you.
However, these warnings didn't slow down the movement. Muji became so influential that he created a world of his own. In 2011, Muji opened what he called a Center for Self-Realization. It was located in the mountains of Portugal. 40 to 60 people lived there full time, but thousands visited regularly. It was because of this community that people began asking if the group was a cult. The first
so he actually executed. Everybody else wanted to build some shit and get a lot of people to come. He actually did it. Okay. Damn.
Concern was about how followers seemed to worship Muji. They reportedly bowed to him. Some even kissed his feet. There were also claims that he sold photos of his feet as spiritual items.
As of today, April 5th, he is still selling pictures of his feet on his website.
Then something happened that took things from strange to dangerous. In 2017, 2 of Muji's followers passed away under suspicious circumstances. That moment put the group in the spotlight. Now people had questions. Were members safe? What was really happening inside the retreat? Reporters were determined to get to the bottom of it. In 2019, a journalist published an expose. It was titled Becoming God Inside Muji's Portugal Cult. The reporter interviewed former members, and the allegations were serious.
Multiple reports against him, people coming out saying that he's sleeping with women there, he has multiple different partners.
Of course he is. If I could get all you motherfuckers to believe that I'm Christ, I'm Jesus, I'm God, and y'all come over here kissing my feet and bowing to me, you think I'm not gonna do that? Of course he's over there taking advantage of these women. They over there kissing his feet and bowing to this nigga. They gonna do whatever he say, obviously. Yeah. What the fuck? How do you? That's crazy, bro. To get thousands and thousands of people to believe that you're God. That's a skill. That gotta be a skill, you know? That gotta be a skill.
Others described the environment as controlling. Some said they experienced PTSD from their time there.
People were feeling trapped, bullied. There's a lot of mind control going on.
Muji denied the accusations. He called them an intentional and malicious attack. His loyal followers stood by him. Some defended him in comment sections. One wrote, "I could never possibly express the gratitude that I have for my master in words. It hurts my heart hearing such untrue gossip about him." Others made videos expressing their support.
But my experience is that Shimuji has always loved me too much to see me as merely a woman.
Despite these allegations, no criminal charges were filed. Today, Muji's YouTube channel is still up, and his community in Portugal still exists. We all want to belong somewhere. That's not a flaw, it's what makes us human. But my friends, a real community doesn't control you. It pushes you to become better.
That nigga Muji over there knocking shit down. That nigga Muji knocking shit down, man. All right, there it is, man. The coats of YouTube, right here underneath our noses. They exist on YouTube, and you wouldn't even know because they don't cross your algorithm. They definitely don't cross mine. But somehow they are finding people. Not only finding people, they are finding millions of people who will give in and believe and invest into the message that they are speaking. Now, that's crazy, man. Let me know what y'all think about this situation. Have you ever watched somebody and they took you off your pivot to where you was just stuck watching their content and you want to just give up everything you had going in life and move and go live with them? Like, that just sounds crazy, right? And want to go move and live with them and let them be the one that guides your life and follow the rules that they make and put them first before family. Have you ever saw a content creator that made you want to do that? That is crazy, man. If so, let me know who that is. And let me know what y'all think about these situations right here. These people believing in these people on the internet and giving their life up to them, man. How should they be handled? Should there be consequences? Should it be banned from YouTube? Let me know what you think. I'm going to give you 2 seconds to smash a like. And as always, get ready for the next reaction. All right, y'all. That was the last one. You feel me? Appreciate y'all. Hey, make sure y'all smash a like. Make sure y'all smash a like. I got to get up out of here. I got to go film Shame on You. Make sure y'all tune into that. We going live at 10:30. Shame on You. I'm finna head over there right now. Smash a like. Make sure y'all leaving a comment. Make sure we dropping 2 reactions all day, every day. So when y'all see those reactions, make sure y'all smash a like, hype them up. Whatever you can do, man. Engage in the comment. Like, hypes. I need all them shits, man. Make sure y'all go crazy. Shout out to the Taser gang. Appreciate y'all. I will be going live again later today. I'm going to go live like tonight. And we're going to do some law and crime reactions, man. So make sure y'all tune in. Make sure y'all look out for that. I'm gone. Go crazy. Shout out to the greens. Shout out to the grays. Which side is better? Represent right now in the chat, man. Let's go.
You got a video you want me to react to? Join the Ace Pit Discord right now. Scan the QR code on the screen, hit the entertainment tab, click reactions, and drop it in. Super easy. Submit today.
Shut your bitch ass up!